How we doing, Nation? Can you give me a 5x5 if you can see us okay here? I am with King Gremlin and Caveman James. Can you guys see us? Kendra's in the house. What's up, K Marie? 5x5. We are live. I see you in the green room, Native. We'll get you on in just a minute, brother. So this is Caveman James. I'm going to be how y'all like my outfit, first of all? Blue coat, baby. I'm going to be monitoring the green room because it's packed right now. And Grim's going to take over. And he's going to ask old Caveman James a few questions, starting out with his fire making skill.
With your fire making skill. All right, fine. If we want to go there, tell us all about your fire making skill. Now, I heard you were putting leaves on the fire now because, you know.
Yeah, we was
over there been talking smack
on the fire because it was all wet. That was the hard part. It was all wet. Everything that we had out there was wet. The leaves and everything. So we had to pretty much dry it out before we could actually get it to start.
I know how that goes. All right, I got a real question for you, though. This is going to be a question I'm going to ask many people tonight, and I was told not to ask this to Angry Prepper, but I did it anyway. So I'm going to ask you this question, Caveman, if you wouldn't mind. You have 3 options now, and you have to pick one of the 3.
Okay.
Option 1, take the vax. Option 2 is spend one night on Brokeback Mountain with John. Or option 3 is eat a can of Spam live on camera.
Dude, wait, hold up. Now, the one option was spending on Brokeback Mountain with John, and what was the other 2?
Forget number 2, Jamie. Don't even worry about that.
I wouldn't do that. But I didn't hear the other 2 answers.
Take the vaccine, or oops, I said it, or eat a can of Spam live on camera.
Well, I'm actually taking the vaccine, so I guess it'd be that one.
Ooh, I wouldn't do that now. There's already been reports of over 25 deaths.
I know. There's been a lot of deaths, but...
You take that vac, man, you liable to start seeing Bigfoot for real.
I seen a video earlier today of a woman who had taken it, and she had lost all muscle control of her body, and she was having spasms uncontrollably because she took it.
Oh, yes. Well, I heard about a lady in, I think it was Colorado, or somebody did. They took the thing and dropped dead right on the spot.
And you still gonna take it?
Yeah, I got to for work. So.
Oh, for work?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a work purpose thing.
So the job is forcing you to take it, basically? Is your job?
They signed us up for the thing, so we have to. It's kind of mandatory.
So what happens if you don't take it? Will they fire you?
No, they won't fire us. They just, I don't know, they would look really poorly on it, I suppose.
I think I
don't want to cross the boss.
Yeah, I would just have to tell them the way of the shirt right here.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah,
I don't blame you. There was a few of our employees that didn't take it.
Well, hey, I'd join right in with them and just not do it. That's my advice to you, at least. I mean,
well, I got to go Monday, so it's already set up. I got to automatically go anyway.
Call in sick that day. Tell them you got the COVID and you can't come in.
Well, that would probably work.
All right, so Nation members, if you are into the supernatural, Caveman James, you guys just put a ghost hunting video online, right? On YouTube?
Yeah.
The link is down below, guys.
The link should be at the bottom of the page or on the page somewhere here. John's got it all linked up. If y'all would like to go subscribe, and the video's on there. And actually, Tuesday and Wednesday of this coming week, I'm actually doing another one. It's going to be from Virginia City. Me and my partner Brandy, who helps me do it. Me and her are going to Big Walker Mountain, to the Big Walker Lookout in Virginia, and we're going to film in Virginia City, which is like a little small abandoned little. It's like an amusement town. It looks like an old West town. Basically,
now, James,
they had it set up that way.
Is this a ghost hunt or is this a cover story for a date? I gotta know, bro.
No. It's a ghost. It's a ghost hunting story, but we're gonna go there to and actually, if at Big Walker, you can pretty much do both. you can do the ghost hunt. Plus, we're gonna try to do like a small Bigfoot hunt too. Because
All
there's
right,
all
I'm
kinds
about
of
to
stuff
ambush
that
Grim here. Let's see. Native and
What's
Devout. What's up?
Native Devout is here.
Hello.
Come on down. You're the next contestant
King
on
Gremlin.
the Asylum. Yeah.
I bow to the
King
King
Gremlin.
Gremlin. What's up, fellow Gremlins?
How's it going? All right, Native and Devout, I got a question for you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You got 3 options now. Option 1, take the vax. Option 2, spend the night on Brokeback Mountain with John.
I'd
Or
be a
option
spam eating
3,
son of a gun,
eat
boy.
spam live on camera.
What was option 3? Because
Spam
one's
live
off
on
the
camera.
table. One's off the table. 2's only an option if we've had, a cask of rum.
I love spam.
And then, what's option 3? Eat a whole can of spam.
Oh, you can just have option 2. You're good.
Come on, Grim.
Wow.
No, option 3 was eat spam live on camera.
Oh, I'll do that all day. I love spam. Don't
Oh,
tell
I hate
Angry I said that.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell him. I got to
Oh,
get text
man.
or something.
Oh, man. He'll never talk to me again.
So, man,
yeah.
Native, you want to tell everybody about your channel, man?
Yeah, thank you, John. We're Native and Devout Preppers. I'm Native Voice. That guy back in the background is Devout Lion. He's my brother. We just started the channel. We're homesteaders, and we just like to do videos of us trying to build up the homestead. We show preps and stuff. We're also trying to reach out into just making prepper fiction on our channel because we want to go after the culture. I think Andrew Breitbart was the one who said politics is downstream of culture. So we want to put our culture out there, people who believe in liberty and the Constitution.
Amen. Yeah, definitely go subscribe to Native and Devout if you haven't done so. Subscribe to Caveman James because he's got some entertainment over there. Yeah, I really like both your channels, so definitely subscribe. All the links are going to be either in the description or popping up through the chat. We also have the link to join us right here live on camera is in the description. It's also flowing through chat occasionally, so anybody's brave enough to get on camera with a group of us right here, I mean,
For real.
you got to have some real courage to do it. So
I've got
please
somebody right here with some courage. Let's throw him in the mix here. Tennessee Tactical, what's up?
What's up, Tennessee?
What's happening?
You are
This
live.
brother's everywhere. This brother's everywhere.
And Prepper Nation, look how good you look tonight, buddy.
Hey, man, I appreciate that. Thank you.
And Grim, give me the questions.
All right. You already know the 3 questions. I assume you've been listening.
Yes, sir.
All right. 1 is take the vax. 2, spend the night on Brokeback Mountain with any of those guys that are around me, not me. And 3 is eat that spam.
I don't like spam, but I'm going to eat that spam live. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, man. I'd be licking the inside of the spam container and everything before I get to it.
All right, Tennessee, tell us about yourself, about your channel. And yeah, the link for your channel is in the description somewhere, probably, or flowing through chat. So yeah, subscribe over there if you haven't.
A lot of like John and, Pinball Grim, a lot of you guys, Angry Person, wants me to kind of reach out to people and show them how to prep on a budget, how to make fires, how to, just the gambit of stuff that you're going to need to do to prep. Stack it to the rafters. I've done everything that you guys have been telling me to do. And, just wanted to bring awareness to people. It's kind of why I've been doing this.
That's good. The awareness needs to be spread for sure. The awareness not only for prepping, but also for standing up for our constitutional rights, in my opinion, because they are being infringed upon, to say the least. To say the least. So, any of you guys seeing any food shortages in your areas?
I'm noticing that the meat is seem to be picked through every day, unless you go early. Bread is down to like just certain brands. There's holes in a lot of the the Walmart and Kroger's. I go to a couple different places. There are holes in a lot of the stock. It's not like it was in say April, but it's starting to look that way. All the paper goods are starting to be bought up again. So I'm seeing that in North Tennessee.
Okay. How about you, Native? Are you seeing any over there?
Yeah, we are. Same thing with the meat, Tennessee, over here. I mean, we were looking at steaks today, actually, and for 3 ribeyes, it's almost $40.
Wow. Wow.
And we're also noticing weird meats showing up that's never been on a Walmart meat section before. Today we saw a whole shelf of tripe, like the intestines, and cow tongue.
The whole tongue, not just
Yeah, this is the whole
like a
tongue,
mouth.
like a roast that you would roast cow tongue. And that's never been there before, and I can only attribute that to a shortage.
I've heard it's a delicacy in some places.
Yeah.
I have too. I haven't tried it. That's never been there before. I can only attribute that to a shortage.
Somebody is over there getting tipsy. It looks like old Tipsy Prepper.
I hear you,
Tipsy Prepper, welcome to the channel.
Salt and egg, boys.
Cheers.
Tipsy Prepper don't even know they're on the screen. Look at this.
Oh, wow.
Good. Hey.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
What's up, Tipsy?
Hey, Tipsy.
Cool.
Hey.
Tipsy Prepper, are you tipsy enough to tell us about your channel? Well,
Back
that's
into the rafters.
information right there.
Good stuff.
Wow, that's nice pantry.
But this girl likes to drink, so. But this girl likes to drink, so.
I'm getting an echo. Hey, man, you're awfully quiet up there, man.
But this girl likes to drink, so.
Tipsy, what you drinking?
Graham,
I'm getting an echo. Hey, man, you're awfully quiet up there, man.
like 5.
I'm getting a big echo from
Somebody
somebody
else
else.
in here. How you doing, man?
Hey, how's it going?
OFC Nation.
Brother.
Hey, how you doing?
You live, man. How are you, brother?
Living the dream every day, all day. Now, I'm going to have to say, I eat spam all the time. So, depending on how cold it is outside on that mountain, John looks awful pretty in that hat.
Hey, man.
He just said,
Oh,
Let's go ahead and take it off.
Oh, come on now. That's funny. It was cold. I swear he was just warmer on the inside.
Yeah. All right, OSP, tell us about your channel for a minute there, man.
All right. I started my channel out of the blue, basically. I didn't even plan on it. What had happened was I spent a long time working for the U.S. government all over the world. And my last MOS was a psychological operations sergeant. And I started seeing all the bullshit that was being thrown at the public over the mainstream media. And I was just flabbergasted that they were using psychological operations against the U.S. Citizens. So
Yeah.
I basically started putting out what I deemed was factual and what I deemed was BS. And over the past couple of months, as you've seen in my videos, I've tried to put out truth. And the past few videos, if you've been watching, I've started to get more into TTPs for asymmetrical warfare, which may be coming and may be needed in the future. I get flack from family and friends all the time. My niece drew a picture of me, and I said, "Well, what's that?" She said, "Oh, that's a hood on your head from when the FBI gets you for making those videos."
I've been having that same feeling like somebody's watching lately.
Oh, I have no doubt. I mean, if you look back at it's declassified now, but if you look back at the Echelon program back in the 80s and 90s, it was basically the great grandfather for the computer system you would see in that movie Eagle Eye. And in the 80s and 90s, they were able to track, monitor, and listen to everything that you said or did. It's only gotten better.
Oh yeah, they have their
They were able to track, monitor, and listen to everything you said or did. Yep.
Tipsy, you got an echo coming in over there. We can hear everything being repeated back. Could you turn that down a little bit for us, please? Pretty, please. I said, please. Aren't I nice?
Tipsy's in the zone over there, boys.
Oh, I had to come to my vehicle. I got my baby sharks with me today, so they make all kind of noise.
We know all about that, brother.
We need to play a drinking game here. Anybody game for a drinking game?
I'm down. I'm ready. I'm charged. Let's do it.
I've got Mountain Dew.
You got Mountain Dew. I got coffee, but I also got some Jack sitting next to me. So,
Nation, can I introduce my wife real quick? This is Lady Roy.
Man, absolutely.
She does
That's what
live
it's
streams.
all about.
Thank you, brother. She does live streams with me once a week. We're trying to do this thing together. I just want to introduce her.
She did her first knitting live stream.
Yeah, she did her first live stream today by herself with a lot of Nation members. Mames was there. Mad Chad, a bunch of them were there and to support her. She did a good job.
That's awesome, man.
Awesome.
Yeah, man, it takes a lot to get. It really does. It takes a lot to get up here in front of people. You know, I'm sure everybody in the room can say the same thing. Just to throw it out there, it takes a lot of nerve.
You get used to it after a while, and it just becomes second nature. At least for me, anyway. It's just like talking to anybody else now.
Yeah, that's a gremlin thing, man.
Grim, you know what we call you, Grim? You're the Matthew McConaughey of our community.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow.
Why is that exactly?
All right.
All right.
All right.
Oh.
All right, Nate, y'all got any last shout outs or anything before I bring somebody else on?
No, I'm just trying to spread the word out there because, I see our country heading in a very bad way. I mean, just today, I was literally talking to a platoon of, we call them nasty girls, but you call them National Guard. In the Army, we call them nasty girls. And they, I asked them, I said, are you guys just hanging around here for weekend training, or are you in transit? And the staff sergeant that was with him, he said, we're in transit to the big house. I said, I know exactly where you're going.
Yeah.
Amen, brother.
Can I
What's
say
up, Kelli Collins?
Hey guys.
How's it going?
Good.
Welcome to the insane asylum.
I think we're all insane.
That's an understatement.
lunatics of the asylum?
Tell us a little bit about your channel, Kelli.
Well, I don't have a channel yet.
Why?
Everybody's wanting me to do a channel since I have a cleaning service.
Mm-hmm.
I've thought about it since I'm self-employed, but I'm not so sure how that would go as far as cleaning. What do you think?
Well, Grim Survival, man, you can use clean up over there.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, there's a lot of people you wouldn't believe
I can't
that
hear you.
don't know how to clean. Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Say
No?
something.
Something.
Can you hear us?
No.
Y'all
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, we hear you.
Sounds good.
I hear everybody.
Why did John take his Patriot
There's some static. I don't know if it's mine.
Sounds okay on this end.
Everything sounds clear to me on all ends, actually. So,
That's good.
Oh, I
I can
see.
hear
I
you
see
now.
what it is. Prepper Tribe's in the house. I think he's causing all the static here.
yeah, probably.
He's crazy.
Prepper Tribe, maybe you can get John to put that hat back on.
Put on the hat, man. Put on the hat, man.
I won't pick on you about it.
There we go, man.
There we
How
go.
y'all doing, man? Hey, I heard we got something in the works coming up,
Yeah, man. There's a big announcement here tonight on this podcast, and that's actually why Prepper Tribe is here. He's gonna let y'all know about it.
All right, we got something planned for y'all. I hope y'all are gonna be excited about it. But we're thinking a Tuesday takeover, and not like you think. It's not a takeover of YouTube or other people's channels or nothing. But what we're thinking is having a lineup, and everybody does an hour, and the next channel does the takeover. So you'll have one person going, they'll go for an hour. Then the next channel that comes in, come into the chat, start raising hell. Hey, we need to steal everybody. Come over here. Come over here. Everybody goes to the next one. We spend another hour with somebody else. Boom, 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 boom in a line. And we just have fun as hell on a Tuesday. It's Tuesdays, man. It's the middle of the week. Ain't nobody got nothing to do. So we can
Basically,
have
you're
some
trying
fun.
to schedule prepper clubbing is what you're trying to do there, huh?
Pretty
Oh,
much.
yeah.
Pretty much.
I'm game. Let's do it.
A huge lineup, man. A huge lineup.
What time were you
Jessi
guys playing this?
Lynn,
Don't
how are
forget,
you?
Bears got
Hi.
Tactical Tuesday.
Hi, Jessi Lynn. Do you have a YouTube channel, or are you just one of the watchers?
I am just one of the watchers. Actually, I just created this YouTube just because I wanted to join.
Oh, well, thank you for being here and brave enough to hang out with the crazy crowd here.
Yeah, you're slumming it tonight. Look at us.
I hope you brought coffee. You want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
So our situation is a little bit different. We normally travel the country. I'm self-employed. So when we got whiffed of everything that could have happened because of the election and the virus or whatever, we decided we needed to settle down a little bit. So now we're in the Michigan area. We didn't have anything. 3 months ago, we started scratch, but I'm grateful to still have a job. And to be honest, we've got a year's supply so far. So awesome. Somehow we went from 0 to 100. And I actually shop for a living. So I do grocery shopping. So I see a lot of the panic buying.
I bet you see a lot of the prices going up then as well.
I do. I see a lot of the prices going up. I see a lot of the empty shelves. I see things. I just noticed that there's no longer a corn section in our Myers. It went from huge to, a little bit, and now there is no more corn section in our Myers.
I don't like corn anyway.
That's wild.
Yeah. How about the quantities? Are you seeing a difference in quantities of packaging?
As to, you mean like when people order things, or?
For example, about a year ago, I used to be able to get a 1 pound bag of coffee for about $7, depending on the brand. And that 1 pound bag in the same packaging went down to 10 ounces. And in some cases, it's now down to 6 ounces for that same container. Are you seeing anything like that?
What I do notice is with our company is they definitely increase their prices by like 15%. So what it says in the store is something different than what the people are, when they're ordering it from the website, is receiving. So I definitely see an increase in that. As to the store prices themselves, I see increases, but we really don't pay attention to that portion of it.
Yeah, I'd say increases in prices happening all over the country right now, even all over the world. I've heard, if anybody follows Ice Age Farmer, you know this firsthand, I assume. And yeah, we needed to get Ice Age Farmer on here tonight too to give us some insight. Are any of you others guys seeing any censoring going on? Because I know I am.
Everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere. But hey, I got a tip for you guys real quick, and for anybody else who's listening, for who's prepping on food. A lot of people try to go to Costco, Sam's Club to get the bulk staple items. A lot of things that people overlook, and I just so happen to not, because if you've ever seen my baby sharks, you can tell they're all half Asian. Asian supply warehouses. Every major city, I don't care where you're at. My closest one is in Pittsburgh. There's one in Columbus. But we go there, I'd go take the now ex-wife there frequently, at least once a month. And it's the same warehouses that supply all the Chinese restaurants in the areas. You can get 100-pound bag of rice for $60 because they're selling it wholesale, the same price that they're selling it to the Chinese markets. You can go there, you can buy it in bulk. They don't bat an eye. Cash and carry, you're out the door.
Well, I was picking up less than a month ago 50-pound bags for $15 at Costco.
Yeah. Well,
but then you also got to factor in.
I'm throwing the price out, just whatever the price may be, but I'm saying that is where it's at. You can find it there.
Okay.
By the pallet. By the pallet.
I'm gonna go check that out for sure.
They probably got more than just rice too. They probably got a bunch of different stuff.
Yeah, they've got rice. I mean, anything you can think of that's at a Chinese restaurant, they've got it in bulk. Flour, rice, you know, bags of MSG. I never knew MSG was sold in bags like sugar until I accidentally dumped a bunch on my oatmeal one morning because my kid's mom had a big jar in a sugar container, and I got a spoonful of MSG. Yeah.
How'd that taste?
Salty, extremely salty. It sucked.
Yeah.
Like some spam.
So Jessi, how did you get into, prepping? Was it just the CV going around, or was it some other trigger?
So I originally started the whole bug out bags when I witnessed on TV Hurricane Katrina. And so that's what made me started to be concerned about, about my kids more. I've seen a lot of children suffering. I wasn't there to experience it, but obviously, everybody watched it unfold as well. But I started investing after I seen the economic collapse of Venezuela. And so that's what made me start investing a little bit more in like silver or whatnot. Antibiotics, I get mine from the Hispanic store. So in the Hispanic store, I can buy 100 amoxicillins for $100. And a lot of people say, oh, well, that's a lot of money just to put, for something you might not need. But in all reality, if that's going to save my kids' life, I'd pay $1,000 for the box.
John, you want to take care of those super chats you got there?
Yeah, I'm taking care of them over here in the side, in the chat. But I was going to ask OFC in Tennessee if they got any last shout outs or anything. The green room is completely full. I got to bring some new people on.
Hey, appreciate you letting me in here, John. I love you. I look forward to your premieres every morning. And Grim, I'm a gremlin too, buddy. And Prepper Tribe, that's my guy too. I'll see y'all. I'm gonna be in the chat. Love you guys.
I'll give a shout out to my baby sharks as always. Daddy loves you, and to my man Jason Weston. He's my brother from another mother. You keep it real. You guys, y'all have a good night. I'll keep watching.
Hey man, I appreciate it.
Thanks for being here. All right.
Let's see who we got here. Hello. We got Papa Prepper and Viking Canuck. How
What's
are
up,
y'all?
guys?
Neighbors from the south.
How's it going? Cheers.
How's it going down there?
It's going.
Alaska Prepper is watching the stream, guys. So if you got anything you want to say to him, now would be a great time.
Alaska Prepper, can you get Victor on the screen, please? Get Victor in the green room so we can get him on here.
Yeah, we need some Victor.
Yeah, we do.
I can head out, man. Y'all can let him in if you want. I can dip. But look forward to Tuesdays. Come on, y'all. Y'all got to look forward to the Tuesdays.
Any Canadians in the chat?
Say what time? I'll be there on Tuesday. All right. We're jamming now. All right. Whichever one of you want to start first, you want to tell us about your channels, and the links will be popping up through the chat. Or, somebody's posting the links.
Well,
I don't know who. So
I don't have a channel. I'm just a viewer. But, I am a prepper myself. I hunt. I garden. I fish. I hoard freedom seeds. I love doing outdoor stuff. So I've always watched a lot of survival channels. Black Scout was probably one of my first I've watched.
Oh yeah, I remember Black Scout.
Yeah, years ago. I probably started watching when he probably about started. And then from there, I just started the garden and fish and hunt and grow my skills more.
So what got you started? Why did you start prepping?
Well, I've always liked outdoor stuff, and I've always liked learning how to do hands-on stuff and everything. And then I've always paid attention, just like Jessi said about Venezuela, Hurricane Katrina. And honestly, a lot of Canadians are very stuck with the system.
Yep.
So I like to be different from everybody. I like the idea of being self-reliant. And
we locked down.
We just yes, Ontario. We're in a police martial law right now.
Really? You want to tell
Yeah.
us more about that?
So we can't go out with any essentials unless it's work or essential. A cop could pull you over any time and question you.
Wow.
Yeah, it's bad here. It's like Soviet Union in Canada right now. But if you guys heard about that shooting last year
Which
on the
one?
East Coast, there's one in Nova Scotia in Canada.
No, I don't remember.
Oh, well, it's basically we all figured out his plan, the way it went. This guy like took out like I've got the details where like hundreds of thousands of dollars from the bank, and you buy illegal guns. You went on a shooting spree, and you kill like I forgot how many people it was exactly, 20 people or more. A couple of days later, a dictator came on, and he banned like 1,000 of different gun manufacturers and stuff. So he's really taking control of everything. It's
Any
pretty
plans
scary.
to get him out of there? Are you trying? I mean, I don't know how your government system works. Can you vote him out or throw him out?
Well, he's being
up?
investigated right now for the whole pedophile ring and other stuff. But he said if there's an election, as we're supposed to have this year, he can't be investigated. So we're supposed to have another election this year, even though we had one 2 years ago.
Sounds like it's just hitting the fan all around you.
Oh, it's bad here, and like Canadians are too stupid to realize anything. It's pretty pathetic, and it's only going to get worse, especially if it gets voted back in again, or if NDP government gets back in.
I don't think votes work really. I mean, just judging from the U.S. election, I don't think voting is going to help you at all. Just
No, I don't think so. Our last election was fraud too. The one other guy from NDP government gave his votes to Trudeau, the Liberal Party, and that's how he got in. So it's not any better here at all. It's bad.
Sounds worse, actually.
It actually is worse. Yeah, like Quebec is in like way worse than we are, locked down.
So, what are the consequences if you go out without permission?
They'll fine you to like I think $5,000 or something if you go to the
Really?
Yeah, they'll fine you.
What happens if you don't pay the fine?
You go to jail, I believe. I think you can fight it. But I hear you go to jail. I don't know if it's like that as bad, but
Anybody else have any questions?
I'm not in Quebec. If there's anyone in the chat from Quebec, they could probably answer the laws better.
Jesse,
do you have any last?
Hutch Homestead's
You got
in
anything you want to say on here while you're here?
Oh, for me?
Jesse?
Oh no, I'm just I'm glad that you actually did this. I had the opportunity to come in and talk to you. I like I said, I didn't have a YouTube. I could barely I couldn't even respond to any of your videos or comment because I didn't have any I didn't have a setup or anything. But now, like I said, I just wanted to have the opportunity to be a participant of this, and I'm glad I did. And I'll be in the chats watching you guys for the rest of the evening.
Oh yeah, thank you for being here. We're going to try and do it once a month. This is a test run, guys.
Great.
So yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you. Enjoy.
Thanks for coming. All right, who's next?
See, I've got Kelli Collins coming back in, and it looks like Sheepdog, Chad K, and Tipsy's back in the green room as well.
Hey guys.
So they'll be coming through next.
How's it
Hey,
going?
Kelli, can you hear us now?
I can hear you now.
Uh-oh.
All right. Well, tell us
Not
about
sure
why
what
you're
you heard.
prepping.
I actually got prepping because of John.
Really?
I just happened to come across his channel back in March of last year. And I had not prepped before. None of my family prepped, and they thought it was funny. And after watching him and some of his videos, it just made sense. And after being self-employed and being dead in the water for 2 months and not having cash flow coming in, it scared me. And I had to rely on my savings, which I did want to deplete that. So I just started buying extra and extra. And then I started watching other people's channels because of John. And I'm thankful that I came across it.
Yeah, a lot of people get the improper mindset that prepping is only for like an SHTF scenario, when for me, prepping was for in case I lost my job, which I did, and had to rely on some preps for quite a while because of it. So yeah, prepping can be for just about anything. It doesn't have to be the zombie apocalypse. I mean,
Exactly.
Goes to show
But
you
just
how
in case you
important
have
our
one, man.
channels are. Oh, I'm sorry, man.
Go ahead.
That's fine, man.
It goes to show just how important your channel is, man, and everybody's channel, reaching out, getting people prepping, getting
Right.
people in the right mind state, man, to watch out for themselves. That's awesome.
Thank you, man. That means a lot coming from somebody in a Redskins hat. My heart goes out, man. Hail to the
It's
Redskins.
tribal, baby. It's tribal.
Or
I
what
heard they
is
were
it,
trying to rename the team. Is that true?
Yeah, the Washington team now or something.
Yeah, the Washington football team.
Really?
That's so generic.
It's creative.
No, I think the most important thing is more like the skills that you get out of the prepping. Because if you can like learn how to hunt with like just a bow and a knife, you'll learn how to garden a bit. Because if you grow food instead of just relying on buying it, that's definitely much more important than relying on overpriced food, as we're going to be seeing very shortly.
Oh yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, homesteading, man, is the ultimate goal. It's just it takes money,
Oh yeah, it does.
And knowledge. Whoa.
But what's property like buying in the States?
Depends on where you
Is
get
it
it.
hard? Well, like in most states, or 'cause it's really developed?
It's getting rather expensive. Everyone is moving out of the cities and buying up all the surrounding land. I mean, people are just moving out. Everybody. It seems like property prices have gone up by at least 200% in just the last 6 months alone. And it's a lot of people are waking up to the fact they don't want to be in the cities because of the pandemic scare is really what it is. And
That is so true.
skyrocketing.
And also the governors and the mayors in them cities that are not acting American. That's why they're getting out of the cities too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Y'all, quick thing is my mom is a real estate agent here. And it's really has increased. People are wanting to get in the country and want the land, and they're buying tiny homes or building to get away from everything in case something bad happens. And right now, even if something comes up, it's not even, I mean, you have 14, 15 offers. I mean, just because it's going fast.
Yep. It's a good time to be a real estate agent, I'd say.
Yep. She's doing really well.
I bet you.
Yeah, it's mostly the same thing here with people moving to the big cities. But Canada is like we have so much untouched land. So like for you to buy property to make a homestead on, it's not really that expensive. Like you could buy a good piece of property for like 30-40K Canadian.
Is it going to
And,
be
like-
like covered in snow 9 months out of the year, though?
Yeah, because you have to go north. You have to go northern Ontario or northern in general. Where I am, I'm in southwestern Ontario. I'm only 40 minutes from the Buffalo border. There's like not much government land around here. A lot of it's
So you're in
private.
the most
farm.
populated area of the North
Yeah.
America, really.
I am. Yeah, one of them. There's 14 million people where I am alone.
Yeah, and that's just in your local area. That's not counting everyone else in the surrounding areas around you.
Yeah. It's a death trap if you look at it. The only way in and out of my province is the Trans-Canada Highway. So if a disaster were to get bad, it'd be a crap show.
Yeah, don't get on the highway. That's my first recommendation there. And trust me, I've been there. Don't get on the highway. That's the worst place to be in any kind of a disaster situation, because you will get stuck there, and you will be stuck there for a very long time if you get out of there with your life, because people will start going crazy if it gets into a prolonged situation where they start getting hungry. They can't get out of there. They can't, their cars start to run out of fuel. It will get insane. So would not stay there or even go there.
Hey, Papa, how can people find your channel online, man? On YouTube, and what's your channel about?
I'm all over the place. Like everything from prepping to survival to bug out, bug in. What started, and you were the first guy that I seen, the same as
really.
Yeah. We were fortunate enough to have a heads up when the whole virus thing hit. So we were able to get stocked up before everybody lost their mind. And and after that, we, my wife and I kind of decided that's not going to happen. We're not going to be stuck like that. And then when the time for the election, started rolling around and campaigning and everything, we seen how that was going to go almost immediately. So that's what really kicked it into high gear. And so, I mean, we've always loved like the fantasy of, being off grid, homesteading, we want to do that eventually. But
I love that kind of stuff.
But just for now, just prep and, pray for the best and prep for the worst.
That's all you can do right now, man. Yeah. Some people are fortunate enough to have a huge homestead. I know that, who am I thinking about? Prepper Nurse One. He's got the perfect setup. Ed does.
Yeah, that's jealous.
That's my end. That's my end game right there. But I got to sell that to the wife. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, my wife's down for it, man. She's ready. She wants a tiny house. I don't know if I'm kind of big to be in a tiny house, but I mean, we'll make it work, I guess.
I have a question.
Good luck with tiny houses.
Where is the best place to get silver right now? Do y'all think?
That's a good
silver mine.
Not just because he's in the chat, but a lot of people go to Alaska Prepper's channel, and he's an affiliate, and there's a link in his videos, Kelly.
Okay.
And it goes to a legitimate company. So you know you're going to get, good stuff.
Okay.
Mama Prepper.
Tiny house bound.
And of course, Alaska Prepper just puts local coin shop. He's not even
Local coin shops are good. I mean, you could try local pawn shops as well.
Yeah.
Sometimes they have junk silver for sale.
Okay.
Yeah, I've gotten them before at pawn shops too.
I'll definitely try Alaska Prepper. I was going to say, again, back to John, when I started all of this in March, I would probably have maybe a month's supply of groceries. It wasn't a big thing, and I would go to the grocery store whenever. So then I turned an extra closet into a whole pantry, made another whole shelf with food, and had put shelves in there. And then I went and bought an extra chest freezer because you couldn't hardly find any. I mean, everybody was buying them. And I looked up at Sam's and bought one. And so then I had 2 freezers and, of course, everything in my house. And then when all this happened back in March, just from the business side of me being able to pay my bills, I kind of had the mindset that I saw where this was going, but not thinking about food. I was buying bleach and Lysol and wipes and cleaning supplies just so I could still work. But then we were dead in the water for 2 months because everybody was scared and didn't know much about it, which rightfully so. So now, of course, we take extra precautions. We wear masks. I don't like to, but it pays the bills. We have shoe coverings. We spray Lysol everywhere. And I'm not around a bunch of our clients, so they're always gone because they usually have their alarms or the house keys to their homes. So we've been blessed and lucky from that aspect to still be able to work. But, the cleaning is not a necessity, so it's a luxury. So we've been hit hard this year.
Oh, yeah.
I need to use that line on my wife the next time she tells me to clean something, It's not a necessity, baby. It's a luxury.
There you go. How about ammunition shortages? Who's seeing those? Because I'm pretty sure that's widespread.
Viking Papa, do you guys got any lasts or anything? A couple of these people falling asleep back here in the green room. I think I just caught sheepdog.
I was just saying, in Canada, we have no ammunition shortages. At least not much. Other than, I think 223 and 556 are the only 2 calibers I've seen short. But I have like a couple K rounds of 223.
Good to know. I'll make a note of that and send me an email about that if you would, because I'll barter network is going up. Barter network.
Oh yeah.
The ammo shortage here is pretty bad. I mean, I said that in the video the other night. If you got a 12 gauge, I mean, you're in here. There's 12 gauge everywhere. But as far as like pistols, 223, 556, 30-06, I mean, it's gone down here. It's non-existent. I asked the guy the other day if he had any 380s. He said he hadn't had any over 4 months, and it's looking to be at least a year before they'll have another box even come to the store.
Whoa, holy shit.
That's how it is in South Carolina, too. You
Not
can't
up
get your
here.
hands on it.
Oh, it's
Time to get a good 12 gauge.
got
Crazy that you can find bullets in Canada more than you can find them in America.
Yeah, they don't have as many guns, man.
Well, actually, we have a pretty big gun culture. You'd be surprised. I forgot what the statistics is, but there's like on every street, there's like 1 or 2 gun owner, and it's been decreasing. There's a lot of people own guns. There's a lot of people who own guns without licenses.
Well, thank
That's
y'all
the
for
way
being
on.
on here. I'm going to get a couple more in
Yeah,
here.
thanks for having me on here.
Yeah,
You guys
absolutely,
be
man.
safe.
Yeah, thanks, guys. See ya.
Thanks for doing this.
Oh my God, here we go. What's
That's so
up,
funny.
Sheepdog? You ain't asleep, are you, man?
You're live, man.
Chad and Sheepdog. What's up?
What's up? What's up?
I don't think Sheepdog realizes he's on.
Not yet.
A lot of feedback.
He's about to realize that I hear the dancing.
Yeah.
Sheepdog.
Oh man, I'm awake.
Hey, Sheepdog.
If he's
Trying to
watching
see.
it
I
on
don't want to turn my
He knows
TV up
something's
too
going
loud.
on.
yeah, you're not
Smack
going to
on
be
him.
able to
Mic
hear
check,
it live.
mic check.
Oh.
You have to watch it on the StreamYard broadcast and not on the other
Chad, can
broadcast.
you hear us, man?
So there's like a 2-minute delay.
There's just lay going on, man. Who's that?
Tipsy, 6-shooter, Pennsylvania Prepper, and Displeased Jersey are sitting in the green room.
We need to get Hutch Homestead in the green room. We need to get Alaska Prepper in the green room.
There's so many people trying to join the
Hey,
green
so
room,
before
man.
anybody asks me any questions,
Cool.
And as a
I just got an
moderator, it's nice to
apology
see y'all's
to
faces.
the old Prepper Nation, John. When I
How you
first
doing,
started
man?
watching all these channels, I seen everybody asking donations. I thought it was just for money, and I was like, man, what the hell's going on? And I made some comments, and they were wrong. I didn't know John was donating to charity, so I just want to apologize to John at Prepper Nation. So,
Oh, no, you're fine, man. That charity probably comes back to me anyway. I'd rather be broke. No, man, you're fine. It's not just me donating. It's the people on Patreon and stuff, too. It's not all my money going over there. But thank you. Chad, can you hear us okay, man?
you guys hear me?
Yeah, can you hear us?
It's breaking up.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
We're getting an echo
Can you
coming
hear
from
me?
somewhere.
I hear you, brother. I appreciate you accepting it.
Yeah,
Somebody's
no
got to
problem, man.
turn.
It's wide open.
Somebody, when they come in, if they're watching it on a TV or something, they have to turn that TV down, or it's going to echo us.
I don't have nothing going right now. Can you hear me?
I hear
We
you.
can
Yeah,
hear
we
you.
can hear you. Can you hear us?
John, can you
Yeah,
click
I
the
got you
chat
now.
again and remove the thing from the screen because it's blocking people's names out?
What's that,
Pardon?
Graham?
You have a chat up on the screen. If you click it again, it'll go off the screen.
You can double tap another one. Just double tap it, and it'll all disappear.
Oh, okay. I got you. Hold up. Sorry about that.
Y'all ain't hear no echo on my end, are you? I'm all good here.
That's better.
Yeah, I can hear
How you
everybody
guys
fine.
doing tonight?
Y'all don't
All
hear
right,
no echo with
Chad,
me,
do
do
you
you?
hear us still?
So,
How you
Chad,
guys
Sheepdog, do you guys have YouTube channels or anything?
No YouTube channels. Just prepping, looking out, seeing what's going on. Been seeing a lot of stuff happening over the summertime, early this year, as far as aircraft.
What do you think's going to play out in the next 4 days?
I'm hoping we can all stick together. That's one thing we got to do is stick together right now. Yeah, I ain't got no YouTube channel either.
What do you think's going to go
I
down?
try to stay
Sheepdog?
gray, man. So that's why I ain't made a channel yet.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
You're done now. You just been broadcast through all of YouTube. They're writing your name down. They're taking pictures of you.
I'm thinking
Screenshot.
Right there, son.
all this hype down in DC right now, I have a feeling it's going to be something out of another country. Nothing from us patriots or the other side.
Yeah, I agree that we're headed for communism.
You got that right, Grim. I was thinking about this, but I said, I'll go ahead and do it.
Well, you're here now. I see we got a domestic gangster over in the chat. Why isn't she in the green room?
What's up?
You
I
guys
have
still
no
hear me?
idea, but Grim, I was just informed you have a special visitor from Gremlin Nation in the green room.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll have to
I don't
figure
want
that
to.
out in a
I don't
minute.
want to put this special visitor in front of the line, so we're going to bring people in as they came in. But yeah, Chad, Sheepdog, man, I appreciate that, Sheepdog. You, Chad, got anything else you want to say while you're here?
I'm going to have to reconnect next week and get earbuds, evidently. I don't know.
Yeah, earbuds is the way to go. I got one in right here. That way I'm not creating an echo for the whole
So I just
channel.
want to say, I'm in the Carolinas,
Tonight
and we ain't
here.
got no ammo nowhere on the shelves, not even shotgun shells.
We don't either. I'm right there with you.
I haven't bothered to look for ammo recently. I know Prepper Tribe's got ammo. He's blasting it at the screen right now.
6-shooter.
I got a little history and
doing?
experience. Y'all might want to ask me some questions about where I come from. I've been prepping for 10 years.
Oh, well,
That's
tell us
awesome.
all
Really,
about
man?
it.
What do you prep heavy on? Food or something else?
I think he's
Right,
getting
got
a
the little
delay.
delay. Yep.
Sheepdog,
Sheepdog.
what do you think's going to happen, man, the next, 3 or 4 days? Can you guys hear me?
I
I
can
can
hear
hear
you.
you.
I prep on food, water, and guns and ammo. I've been stocking up on guns and ammo for 10 years, so this ammo shortage ain't hurt me. I'm at special operations in the Army.
Awesome. Awesome.
Well, man, if you want to trade some of that ammo, you let a brother know.
Amen.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, nah, I ain't trading nothing.
Well, I've seen all the conspiracy theories and everything, but I try not to be optimistic because I don't want to be disappointed. But I hope Trump's got an ace up his sleeve and all these traitors get arrested. But I think Biden will get inaugurated and then everything will play out from there.
Now, I've seen certain state governors are already trying to file impeachment charges against the hair sniffer.
Sheepdog, man, I appreciate you being on here, brother. You take it easy.
6-shooter, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got started in prepping?
Well, I got a YouTube channel on here. It's called 6-shooter. If you can find it, it's kind of buried under a rock. But anyway, I really got into it probably late 2019, so a little bit before everything went crazy. But we've really been focusing on homestead stuff. We've really added on to that. We've prepped a little bit with that, but we really hit that hard this past year.
PA Prepper Dave, how's it going?
Hey, Dave.
How we doing, Prepper Dave?
How you doing there, Grim?
I'm good. I got coffee. I haven't poured the whiskey in it yet, but I've been considering it.
Why not?
Get her done.
Get her done.
All right, Prepper Dave, you want to tell us a little bit about you? Do you have your
Doing
YouTube
good.
channel?
Good.
Channel, right?
Hello, John.
How you doing, sir?
I do not have a channel. I'm just an avid listener, you guys.
What do you think is going? How do you think it's going to play out, man, the next 3 or 4 days?
I think that things are to really get bad.
You're lagging a little bit over there, Dave.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I'm afraid that we're going to see a lot more military action.
Yeah, I've heard we have, 21,000 troops
The
in
ammo
DC right now?
shortage has been pretty bad around
25,000.
here.
Yeah, they upped it.
I was at 3 different
25,000.
gun stores today and didn't find any ammo. But I found lots of mags, so I'm sitting here filling more of my freedom seeds right now tonight as I watch.
Good thing to be doing.
There you go.
6-shooter, you able to find any ammo near you?
Well, it's been kind of hit or miss. I got a few, buddy sources, kind of things like that. But he's been kind of scraping. But far as the normal stores, it's been white for the last 6 months or something. Other than like oddball calibers, like 338 and 450 Bushmaster and stuff like that. But normal stuff has been pretty much, like everywhere else, gone.
I tell you, I put on a jacket the other day. It was just a random jacket I haven't worn in quite a while, and I stuck my hand in the pocket and pulled out 10 rounds of 30-06. I thought I had struck gold.
Nice.
Yeah, I love when that happens.
I actually got some 9mm for Christmas from my family.
That's a good gift.
That is a good gift.
Prepper Dave, are you still there?
That's all.
Still here.
Some lag over there. Yep, definitely some lag.
Trying to listen to other people and don't know when to talk.
Oh,
Just
well,
butt in.
whenever. Yeah, that's what
Just
we do.
jump
We
in
just
there.
start talking over everybody. We're good with that.
Well, I'm telling you, on deck, we got a special.
I will say,
friend.
and I know that John's been talking about this a lot. Alaska Prepper's been talking about this a lot. But buy silver, guys. Dollars are going to be worthless pretty soon.
They
Buy
already
silver.
are. Yep, they're already worthless. We just don't know it yet.
I'm going to check with Alaska Prepper ASAP.
I get what you're saying about that and having silver and gold and stuff, but the way I look at it, the bottom line, you can't eat it. If you can do the best you can homesteading and be more or less self-sufficient set up, you really don't have to barter as much anyway.
Oh, yeah, I agree. Grow your own food is the way to go. Preps won't last forever. You have to be able to grow your own food at some point. Prepping seeds is something everyone needs to be considering if you're not already doing it, for sure.
I need to learn how to can, guys.
We started canning this past summer, and it was awesome.
Is it hard?
We've done a lot of canning.
No, canning's easy.
It's easy, but it's a lot of hard work.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
Especially like tomatoes and potatoes. I mean, you have to be very careful with potatoes.
I'll give you another little bit of advice. If you're going to do like we did, we raised a pretty big garden, and we started off with one canner, but it takes forever with one canner. You need at least two where you can, be more time beneficial.
Canning supplies are really hard to come by right now, from what I hear. It's even hard to find the canners.
Have y'all seen the reusable lids? I hadn't heard of them until a couple months ago, and some buddy of mine's ordered them and give me some, so we just tried them out. But the gaskets are supposed to last like 10 years, reusable.
Wow.
That sounds interesting. We'll definitely have to look into that.
Yeah, mine is Tattler brand, Tattler.
Okay.
Prepper Dave, you got some lag going on, brother. You got any last words or anything? I don't know if it's on your end or if it's the stream itself.
I can hear you fine, John and Grim.
John, I'm not sure what's going on.
You ready? You got some explaining to do. This guy, the name Gizmo. So you got some explaining to do, son.
What up, everybody?
What's up?
Arkansas Livin's in the house. I like that hat. That's a good hat right there. I think you win the hat for the night.
Yeah. Y'all come at me with the hats. Y'all gonna go and get some.
I don't know. I still like this one. This hat was a gift from Homestead Oz. For anybody who doesn't know, go follow the Homestead Oz channel.
Yeah,
those are going to be in the chat tonight.
Yeah. Wayne and Lynn, those are good folks over there.
Yeah, I seen that video. Wayne was making fun of you the other day, wasn't he?
Well, that's all right. He's got one coming.
Okay, I'll be looking for that for sure. So you want to tell us a little bit about yourself and that hat?
Well, it's just a sombrero. That's a Charlie One Horse.
Where'd you get that thing from? Did you make it? Did you rob somebody for it?
It's just a palm. That's just a palm leaf.
I'm gonna set my hat down, man. That one just totally blew mine away. You couldn't have put Gizmo down for the name, though, man.
Well, I made a Gizmo channel, but I think I'm gonna save it just for Grim.
Uh-oh.
I think I'm
To
just
troll him?
I think I'm just gonna be Grimm's troll.
Okay.
You know,
I need another troll.
the flannel gizmo.
I
My
just
last
realized
troll
everybody's got
just
a hat.
hasn't shown
The
up in a
flannel
while. I gotta
gizmo,
find
there
out
you
where
go.
he went.
Now, y'all talking about them Tatler lids and stuff like that. I got a whole box of them things, and I don't. It's not a 6-shooter was talking about. He thought they would last like 10 years or something like that. They may last longer than that. I think it actually means I think it actually says that they're good for 10 uses.
10 uses. Okay.
Yeah, not 10 years.
Arkansas, somebody in the chat just said that homeless people could live up under the brim of that hat.
Well, that's why this is one of my secondary shelters for my bug out.
Does it block the rain?
I thought it was a rainwater collection thingy.
Turn it upside down.
We can do it like that too. I think every time I get on one of these chats, everything just starts falling apart.
Yeah.
Everybody was being serious for like 5 minutes.
It just runs into the ditch, doesn't it?
We got the sound effects going on for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, who's that up there? Tribe?
Starting to do stuff. I'm waiting for his music.
Sorry, man.
Do you have a banjo to go along with that hat by any chance?
I have a
I have a
guitar,
banjo.
but I'll duel you with it.
Oh well, 6-shooter has a banjo, so break them out, guys. Let's hear the duel.
Yeah.
Banjos.
I don't have the guitar.
So Prepper Tribe, you have any last words?
Oh, I'm getting the boot. I'm getting the boot.
That was awesome.
I need some
Well,
more
I'd like
coffee.
to thank my mom and the Lord Jesus.
Amen.
Amen, brother.
Oh yeah, I got a stack of these things next to me. This is one of my Bibles right here, the Scriptures. I highly recommend it. It's from the Institute of Scripture Research. This is a direct translation from the Hebrew text and not been stepped on, like Bear Independent likes to say, from being translated from translations of translations of translations, like most of the King James versions are. So highly recommend the Scriptures. Yeah, and that's my Bible plug for this evening.
Well, Grim, I've got, I got a whole pile of Bibles. The one that I usually read out of is the NASB, but I've got the Scriptures too, and I like the way that they translated the Septuagint and everything, just to get all sombrero complicated. But
I noticed when he tipped his head down, it blocks everything. The hat takes up the entire frame, man.
That thing is huge.
Oh,
It is
awesome.
What is the inches from side to side, the circumference of that hat? What is it, like a 3 foot, 4 foot?
it's got to be at least 3 hands wide.
3 hands? Well, there we go. 3 hands wide. So why did you start prepping there, Arkansas Livin? And are you prepping tobacco products just for the end?
No. I need to get rid of all this stuff. I grew up in a very low income environment, and we just kind of always did it.
Yeah.
It wasn't really a thing, It was just kind of an attitude, kind of a way of life type deal, I remember we had an ice storm one time when I was probably about 10, 11 years old, and me and my grandpa run around. We loaded up a bunch of firewood in the back of the truck so we could get the truck out of the driveway, and we drove around shooting limbs off the power lines to try to help the power company out for a while.
You just shot them off there?
Yeah, with
what?
Shot up in the shotgun and shooting limb. We packed we unloaded our deep freeze because we didn't have no generators or nothing like that. So we just unloaded our deep freezers and stuff, and we packed snow and ice and some 50-gallon barrels and stuff out in the yard, and we just put our food in there and kept wood in the stove and just carried on. It was fun. It wasn't a bad experience. It was a fun experience.
Yeah, I've been there, rode out a hurricane down in South Texas and sat there with no power for 2 or 3 weeks. And, it was just an everyday thing for me because I was ready for it. I I was ready. We had plenty of food, plenty of water. I had plenty of stuff to keep me busy. Everybody else was running around with chickens with their heads cut off. What do we do? What do we do? I'm just sitting on the porch watching.
Yeah, everybody's got a milk, egg, and bread sandwich around here. It seems like when something like that happens.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to hurry up and get rid of the perishables. So, yeah, the milk and the bread and the eggs, those are the first things to go.
Y'all, I have a quick story. I don't know. I'm going to tell my age. I really don't care. I'm 47. So, my grandmother, when I was little, she used to always fix me sausage and rice. And it was awesome. I used to eat it. So, as I got older, I saw her cooking one day, and I was like, Grandmama, that's not sausage. And she's like, yes, it is. You've ate it your whole life. And I'm like, well, it was the oil sausages and the Kingen. And do y'all know what I'm talking about?
Like Vienna sausages?
Yeah, but it's like the oil sausages, like regular sausage, not the Vienna sausages, but just like those. And she would slice them up, little small ones, and cook them in rice. And my grandmother grew up very poor in my family. And so as I got older, I kind of turned my nose up to it. And she kind of brought me back down. And she's like, there's a lot of people that don't have food. And it was really good. But it's like you get that mindset when you become a certain age. And to this day, like I'll still buy regular sausage or smoked sausage, but I will still buy those in a can. And there's certain things, the way you're raised up and you grow up. We didn't want for anything, but we weren't rich either.
I still love
I know a lot of
butter
people
and
with that
noodles. I still eat butter and noodles. At the time, you
My
eat
child
butter and
likes
noodles
that,
for
yeah.
a week straight. Yep.
My kids still eat buttered noodles.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I know people that, we would cook alternative meat type things such as bison or, elk or things like that. And we would cook alternative and, invite people over that, supposedly are related to me and not tell them right away because we didn't think anything of it, that we were cooking bison burgers instead of hamburgers. And we'd tell them, oh, yeah, that's a bison burger. And their face would turn green. They looked like they was about to throw up. It's like, what's wrong with the bison burger? I mean, and they're like, but it's not a cow. You need to get over that mindset because that's just stupid. It's stupid.
Probably
It really
delicious.
is.
It's probably delicious.
Oh yeah, bison burger is the best burger you ever had.
Right,
It really is.
Everybody makes fun of me about possums and stuff. Now, I mean, I actually, I have actually held a Coleman lantern up on the back porch when the lights was out, and so my grandpa and watched my grandpa butcher a alligator snapping turtle one time. We made soup out of it. We fried some of it. There's like 7 different types of meat in a turtle, and yeah, I mean we've done stuff like that before, and we were happy to have it. You know what I mean? We used to go fishing even when we was tired. We'd go fishing because we needed to go fishing, and
yeah.
Talking about fishing, yeah.
Well, I mean, young kids ain't, these days, a lot of them don't ever see that side of life, I guess.
I've been
A lot
fortunate
more
enough
seeing
not
it
have
now.
to.
A lot more are seeing it right now.
I'm
we
thankful
got
that
some
I
more
grew up in
people
the
in the green
70s and
room
80s.
begging. They're begging to get on here. Does anybody want to volunteer or what?
Y'all can kick me off. It doesn't matter.
I can go.
Yeah, I mean, I can get off, man. I ain't trying to take up everybody's time or nothing.
Yeah, man. If you need to boot me.
Well, Prepper Tribe, Kelli Collins were the last two or the longest two on here, 6-shooter, and then Arkansas Livin in the order that they came on.
Y'all got any last then, Tribe and Kelli?
I'm thankful to be a moderator. I love being a part of Prepper Nation, and I'm thankful that I started prepping because of you.
That's cool.
And I just
That's right.
appreciate all y'all, man. I appreciate every one of you, man. Everybody in the chat, everybody that hangs out, all the knowledge that we share, all the camaraderie or whatever you say, whatever that word is, the friendship. But I appreciate all y'all, man. I appreciate you letting me on here, man. And hopefully Tuesday we'll have some fun, man.
Tuesdays, man. I'm telling you.
I'll be there.
I love you all. Thank you.
Thanks for being here.
All right, let's see who we got. We got Gray Man and Jersey Mike. Please, Jersey Mike, tell me you got subs with you, brother.
How you guys doing, man?
Not too bad.
I've been watching you guys for some time now. Prepper Nation. I've seen your face, so it's about time you see mine.
Yeah. Now
You have your own
you're on the
channel?
list now.
No, I mean I'm just we watch what's going on in the world. We've been watching since the lockdowns, and we knew some shit was going on. We knew stuff was up. So my girl just told me to watch my mouth. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to swear. Apologize. All due respect. But we've been prepping. We've been putting water aside, foods, everything you guys said to do. I'm in Jersey. It's a little tougher to get defense. You know what I mean? But we got some outs there too. We're doing good.
Well, tell us how you got started in prepping, if you don't mind.
Actually, it was a pasture. It was a pasture that my girlfriend, she's very religious. She listens to a guy named Pastor Dana out of Kentucky, and he's been having these wicked dreams. He had a dream about the COVID before it happened. He dreamt people wearing masks. He dreamt a lot of stuff. A lot's come true. So and he's been telling us to pray and brace ourselves. He keeps saying brace yourselves. And those words keep ringing in our heads, and we keep prepping and praying and bracing. We keep bracing ourselves for what might come,
Oh yeah, yep. I have had some similar dreams, I gotta say. Gray man, happy to see you.
What's up, brother?
Having some coffee.
If you guys only knew what I did to get on this live.
Was it Brokeback Mountain?
Yeah, that's it. I left to work hour and a half early, did 50 down to 25. I've been pushing that join the button for like 30 minutes, going wild.
And then you've been waiting in the green room for about an hour, right?
I actually about 15, 20 minutes, maybe, I think, tops.
Oh, okay.
Not too bad. Can't complain.
Yeah, well, tell us about your channel.
Well, I mean, my channel, it's prepping. I'm actually going to streamline some things coming here in the future, basically. Matter of fact, I took notes. Kind of like, like a schedule. You know what I mean? So I have an idea of what I want to do, each day. You know what I mean? Because I've asked John a lot of questions in regards to channels and what you should do and how to grow and things of that nature. And, I've got some cool names for like days of the week. So I'm kind of going to do specific videos for specific days of the week and kind of like touch on those topics, because it's like a main topic that dives into like subtopics, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. Yeah. I just randomly run my mouth whenever I feel like it. Works for me.
And I've been doing that, but it's sometimes I'm like, okay, well, what do I want to do? And there's so many things that pop in your head. So this is kind of going to give me direction.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have any kind of direction. I just, like I said, randomly run my mouth, and I'm good at it. I'm good at running my mouth. I've had years and years of practice, so yeah.
I didn't even know you had that second channel. I found that channel, and I was like, oh, okay, Grim has this thing. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, I have a backup channel for when they delete my primary channel. That's the only purpose of it whatsoever. I have been uploading all of my Bible readings to it so I don't lose those. Right. But yeah, the only real purpose to it is just for when they kick me off of my primary channel, which is bound to happen sooner or later.
Roger that.
The flannel gremlin. The flannel gizmo. I'm sorry. I can't even get my own stuff right.
Yeah, I'm not wearing a flannel today. I got my I Will Not Comply shirt found on my Teespring. I made it. I also got my Grim Survival. Oh, it's on this side. My Grim Survival hoodie also on my Teespring. So, yeah.
Well, I'm probably still going to troll John on that channel. I'm probably going to troll everybody just a little bit.
Well, man. How many you get banned from? Because I'm very curious at how many channels ban you. Because yeah.
There's a lot of ways to get banned on YouTube. Trust me.
Oh yeah, easily.
There's a lot of ways. I was a chemist for a diffusion company years ago. A company called Mosatone. So I study. I used to go to courses on wearing masks. I used to wear 3M masks, and they taught us all about them and what protects you, what doesn't protect you. And viruses were never really a topic because your typical cloth mask doesn't really do much. You know what I mean? But you can't talk about that now. You know, you can't go online and discuss that anymore because you're conspiracy theory. You're not normal. When you discuss that. So I just want to say to people, you know, use your brain, use your mind. You know, you're breathing it. You need to breathe oxygen. You're a human being. We've been around for thousands of years, you know, and we've survived without masks. That's all I gotta say, man. It's you know, I can point out the studies, I can point out everything, but come on.
Just to add to that, I mean, the virus supposedly started in China where they have been wearing masks for like 10 years. They've forced mask mandates on us here in the United States for the last year, and it's still spreading rapidly, so they claim, which I don't believe, but they claim anyway.
I don't believe it either.
Yeah.
I believe it. You know what? Isn't it amazing that we've been locked down for almost a year now, going on 11 months? Everybody's wearing masks. The clubs are closed. The bars are closed, but the virus is spiking. So what does it tell you?
Yep.
It ain't working.
It's not working.
It ain't working. What you doing ain't working, man. What you know what's working? Putting out the American people, putting us out of business. That's what's working.
Yep.
I own a dance studio, man. You know, people dance together where I work. I don't give a shit who knows anymore. You know, it's crazy. No, because my girl gets annoyed. She doesn't want me to tell
laying the truth down over there.
It doesn't matter. I own a dance studio. People dance together. That's life. You dance, you talk, we socialize. That's our life. We deal with viruses. We always have. The virus of 1918, the Spanish flu. The Spanish flu. We got through it, man. We got through every pandemic. We're going to get through this. We don't need masks. We don't need lockdowns. We don't need mandates. We're American citizens.
It's a
we need our
controlled
rights.
demolition, man.
Amen.
Controlled
right now,
demolition
people are too afraid to live.
I assume your business is taking a hit from all of this then.
Yes, sir, it has.
Is it still operational or is it completely shut down?
No, it's not shut down. I don't go down without a fight, my friend.
Awesome.
No,
That's good.
Jersey Mike, man, you got a ton of fans over here in the chat. Everybody's agreeing with you, brother.
Well, I own a dance studio in New Jersey, and I'm in a tough state. It's a very, very blue state. I'm in a rich area because that's the only place a dance studio will survive in New Jersey. And I'm fighting this because I can't even state my opinion to my students. I can't speak to my students because I'll lose them, which means I lose my income. So I have to come on channels like, you know, I have to find people like you who know what I'm talking about. I don't even know how to put it.
Like-minded people.
Yeah.
Yeah, like-minded people like you guys that understand what I'm going through. You know,
yeah.
To get pity from anybody. You know, everybody. There's 40% of small business gone under. There's a lot of people worse off than me, man. But let me tell you, I'm right there, dude. I'm on the cusp, man. I'm on the cusp of going under. You know, it's close. It's close. But you know, I appreciate you guys let me on, let me speak, and let everybody know how I feel in Jersey. I feel all you guys, and we're all doing some shit here too. We're talking,
absolutely, man. We're gonna try and do this once a month. Jersey, just so you know, so everybody can get a chance to get on here. But no, this is everybody's commenting. You know, they love seeing the Nation members on here, which is pretty cool. I like it as well.
What you're doing
I've
is
enjoyed it.
It's historical. What you're doing is historical. It's unbelievable. It's historical. All right. What you're doing, I've been looking at your faces for a few months now. You guys are unbelievable. Well, I'm not gonna lie. I've been Prepper and Grim, the two I know. I'm not gonna bullshit. I mean.
You don't recognize that hat down there, Arkansas Living's hat?
No,
flannel gremlin.
I'm not here to lie, man. I've never seen it, but I love that fucking hat. But I've never seen it before in my life. You know?
If you come over to my channel, you'll understand that I'm pretty unbelievable too. So.
I bet you got some good.
You've never seen Arkansas because you don't forget a face like that, man. He would remember that face.
Yeah.
I should have worn my cowboy hat.
Good weed, man.
Yeah.
You got some good weed.
Well, Jersey, 6-shooter, you guys got anything else before I bring somebody else on?
No, man. Give somebody else a chance, man. Thank you guys again for.
I appreciate it, brother.
6-shooter. Good luck, Jersey.
I was just gonna say I appreciate you having me on and all that, and I've been watching you and Grim for a while now, and you know if anybody wants to check out my channel, I got prepping and homestead and some bluegrass music and logging and a little bit of everything.
Oh yeah, somebody get his link out in the chat. If anybody can do that, that would be awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to go back through here and see if I like to try to reciprocate stuff, you know, and go find everybody that's got content every time we do one of these things.
Yeah.
Prepper Book Club in the house. I recognize that name.
That I do as well. You know, I keep on looking at.
Hey, how's it going?
I keep on looking at John's screen, looking at the Skeletor.
Bug Out Prosciutto, how's it going?
Oh man, I've been watching you guys for a long time. It's really weird to be like on the same screen as you. That's crazy, right?
Welcome to the insanity.
Hopefully you didn't have to wait too long, man. I saw you guys down in the green room, but to get even in there, it seems like it's taking forever.
I was kind of surprised it went so fast. That was why when I saw my face pop up, I was kind of scared for a second. But that's.
I thought you were just scared because you seen that hat up there on Arkansas Living. It was like,
Dude, he's always in his car too, and with the light, it looks like he's like in the process of getting a DUI every time he's on screen. You know.
Oh man, we're friends with the sheriff. My old lady's dad is the sheriff in the next county. I think we're gonna be all right for just a little while.
So what you're saying is you can drive as drunk as you want through 2 counties and not get pulled over, right?
Man, if I pulled him over and I walked up and saw that hat, I'd just go back to the car, man. I'd be like, "Get this."
Good idea. Prepper Book Club. Do you have a channel yet? Can you
I
hear me?
do. I have a grand total of 1 video.
Awesome.
So
that's what all it takes, man.
Yeah. It's basically kind of a meme video. I like to get some humor in there. Kind of what I've been running into is, you know, I'll make a video and then I'll watch it afterwards and I'll go, that was crap, and I'll just delete it right away.
Yeah, you got to stop doing that. For the first, I don't know, 100 videos I put online, I never watched any of them.
It's normal, man.
I don't even edit my stuff. I just hit record and I stop and it just uploads. I'm just like, whatever happens, happens. You know. Inshallah.
That's a good way to do it.
Well, you know, I mean, I actually when I first started making videos at all, I was making them for my kids so that they could go back and look at them and stuff like that. And it just kind of evolved into a whole bunch of truck nonsense.
Well, then you found a bunch of grown children like us, and then you just did diversify your audience, right?
Yeah, there we go.
That kind of works out. Hey, Grim.
Had a Facebook page.
You're from Indianapolis, right, Grim?
About fiction.
Close. Prepper Book Club, you're kind of quiet. I can hardly hear you.
Yeah, I don't think the connection's that great.
That's
better. There you go.
That's better.
Is that better?
Yep.
Yeah.
So, no, I'm not actually from. Well, I guess I was born in Indianapolis, but I don't live there. I live close to Indianapolis. You know, it'd probably take me about 40 minutes to get there if I wanted to go that direction.
I got you. I was originally from Cincinnati, so I kind of know the area a bit, you know.
I know Cincinnati very well.
In the house.
Domestic gangsters here.
We got Dawn, Leslie, Tipsy, and Sheepdog.
Florida's taking over the chat now, slowly.
All right, Bug Out, you want to tell us a little bit about your channel?
I don't really have too much, man. I mean, I just got a bunch of little stuff, you know. I'm more of a troll than I am a video maker, but you know, I'm like a Swiss Army knife guy. You know, when I see something, I just film it. You know what I mean? But
I don't know what the fascination is with Swiss Army knives. My Leatherman blow a Swiss Army knife away any day of the week.
Oh, dude, I'm not an actual Swiss Army knife guy. What I mean is, like, when I see a little gadget or a knick-knack or something that I have, I'm like, man, I'm going to make a video about that. You know, I'm like one of those dudes.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And then the cool stuff I can't put on YouTube, you know, like I got a Rumble and I got a couple things like playing around with my 37 millimeter launcher and getting yelled at by my wife and stuff. You know, I mean, that's everything goes wrong in my videos, you know, but I leave it in, you know, I'm just like, whatever. It's always like just an abomination. Everything fails, or like the package doesn't open, or, you know, something breaks, but I just roll with it. You know, I leave it in all one take.
Leave my failure videos up too. I do. Like my broken spear that I made.
I think I saw that one.
Yeah, I got a new spearhead. I'll go grab it in a minute. But before I do, I've kind of been shying away from Rumble a bit because they've been censoring some of my videos. They have been demonetizing any of my
That's
news
crazy,
videos.
man.
And
What have you been putting up there?
The news compilations that I do that YouTube hates. I started putting them on Rumble, and they've been demonetizing them and deleting a couple of them as well. So I found a new platform that's really new. It was made by a couple of patriots, ex-military, called Phoenix Social Video. They don't currently have an app. You can watch it on a web browser, either on your phone or online. And, you know, I made the channel one day, and the same day I was able to go live there. I was able to monetize. I was able to upload videos in about the same amount of time as YouTube. It's a very similar to YouTube platform. So I highly recommend Phoenix Social Video.
I'm looking for a pin, man, because that
I know, same here.
Phoenix Social Video. I'll write that down later. I'll try to remember.
I'm going to write it down right now.
Domestic, you want to tell us a little
You guys
bit
want
about
to find
your
it
channel?
real easily, go to any one of my videos. Last
that,
few
John?
videos, it's in the link.
You want to talk a little bit about your channel?
Yeah, of course. So I'm going to take one of these out. I prep, you know, just like you guys. I do it kind of in a different way though, because, you know, I'm a mom of a 2-year-old and I work like 12, 13 hours a day since we have an auto repair facility. So we kind of do things a little bit differently. Last year we got chickens, we got rabbits. So I went from like living in like not a huge city, but like a decent sized city to living on a full acre where we could really just kind of like, you know, do our thing. So it's just been like trial and error. I think you guys, you know, saw me trying to do like the
Tampa,
rocket
right?
stove. What was that?
You're outside of Tampa, right?
I'm like an hour away from Tampa, like an hour northwest.
I lived in Tampa for about 6 months. Rained every day at 2 p.m. It was like on schedule.
Yeah.
That's
But
the
the
Florida-
morning was
Florida
really
weather.
nice. It rains at 2 p.m. and then it's okay at 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every
That's
day.
about right. Yeah. What the are you drinking out of there, Arkansas?
Fort Myers, and when it rains there, right when it stops, the humidity gets so bad that you can't breathe for like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
It's
Is
like
that a redneck Viking horn?
Is it what?
That's a
He's drinking out of his
Drinking out of
sock.
a sock?
What? Is that a
Are
sock?
you drinking out of a sock or pissing in your sock? What's going
I
on
don't know
over
what's
there?
going on over there.
You never know with Arkansas.
No.
You know,
Arkansas, you got to send that hat over to John, though.
Hey, Bug Out and Domestic, you guys are both in Florida?
I'm
Yeah.
thinking about
Oh, my.
I'm thinking about folding it up like this and then putting some bullet holders on the side of it.
I think you
Yeah.
should.
Yeah, good idea. Might weigh it down, keep it
Yeah, I
on your
think
head.
you should.
I lived out there in Citrus County before.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like over there, Homosassa, Crystal River, that area.
Yeah, that's like 20 minutes north of me.
Yeah, now I'm on the East Coast. Had to do some, moving around.
I
I still love
understand.
my Florida, though, because, we have an awesome governor.
Oh well,
Yeah,
what about the
I'm
Bill
a-
370 coming out, man? That thing is crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh my gosh.
what's that dude's name? Oh, that senator. I forget his name, but man, we clearly have a dipshit in our government, though. You know,
You talk about that gun law thing that he tried to pass?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a. I don't want to swear on John's channel, but yeah, I
Go
read that.
for it, man.
I ran through that whole effing thing, and I was like, this guy is just a dumb shit.
Oh yeah, tell us
It's
about
the
that. I
worst
did hear
part
a lot about that bill they're trying to pass down there, where they're basically trying to ban absolutely every semi-automatic, from what I heard.
Yeah.
So
Even
yeah,
pistols,
tell us more.
even pistols.
Yeah, even magazines that hold more than 10, I heard, was on there as well.
But I do
Man,
got
I'm glad I don't have any of that stuff, so I ain't got to worry about it.
now. I do got some good news. I don't know if and you guys there's our sheriff here where I'm at. He said anybody who has a concealed weapons permit, if the federal government tries to do that, he will deputize every single one with a permit.
Good.
Oh wow, Henry County next to mine declared themselves a Second Amendment sanctuary county, but mine, I don't think so. I'm not sure what they're doing.
I'm not
But-
either.
Hmm.
I don't have far to go.
To get there. I mean, I made a video about this not too long ago. It's your local areas where you need to start making a stand, get to know the people in your local governments, find out what they're doing, attend the meetings, make sure you make your voice heard, because it's the local level where you're going to see the most resistance to freedom. It's not, the federal government's going to pass down all the BS, but it's the local government that is going to have the option to enforce it or not. And that's where we really need to start making a stand, is with the local governments. For sure.
Agreed. See, Grim, you're smarter than you, man. You're a smart man.
It's the hat.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to
be the hat.
Get Homestead House to get me one of those hats. I'll buy one of those things.
I mean, ain't that how that works?
Say that again, Arkansas.
I just realized all of you are wearing hats and I'm not.
What's up with that?
I don't know. I'm
Where's the hat at,
sorry.
man?
Oh man, I gotta go find one.
Grim, it's your call, man. We got about 30 people in the green room here.
Arkansas's been here the longest, and I think we'll go next. So,
but I do know, I do know one thing. All this stuff that's going down and all this stuff that's happening right now. I've been doing this since like the 90s, man, and it's never been this crazy. It's never been this crazy before. This is like the worst in our lifetimes that it's been. So it's. This is like good that everyone's getting together like this, because this is I really think this is, everyone says the boy that cried wolf and stuff, but I don't see it getting worse than this, man. If you look, it looks like Kabul in the capital right now. They've installed an ECP that's like, it's like beyond terrorist grade. I mean, it's like foreign occupation grade, like ECP with the hydraulic concrete barriers and stuff that move up and down in the street and everything. And it's they're not getting ready for us, man. They're getting ready for something else. This is going to the next level. So it's happening.
Leslie, come on down. You're the next contestant on.
Anyway,
Leslie, how are you doing?
Hey. Hi there. How's it going?
You are live. Sheepdog is on deck. He is next.
Hi. I don't have a hat either.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. We'll just rock our natural hair.
I really think
yeah, there we go.
Everyone says the boy that cried wolf and stuff, but I don't see it getting worse than this, man. And you look like Kabul in the capital right now.
Yep.
Let's try that.
Sheepdog looks mad.
Yeah, he looked mad when he was here a minute ago.
I think a while ago he got booted, and Tipsy. It booted Tipsy. She's been trying to get back in the green room. It's booted her 2 or 3 times. I keep seeing her come back with a different bottle of booze in her hand.
Oh, snap.
So this is going to be good when she gets on here.
Oh, boy.
Oh, man, you're on here with us, brother.
Can you hear it?
Live. Sheepdog is on deck. He is next.
I don't have a hat either.
There's some kind of lag with Sheepdog, though. His the lag, and then he's got his TV up real loud, so it's causing an echo, I think.
Yeah. I'll piggyback on Bushido. I've been doing this for a long time too. I'm retired Army. I'm retired Special Operations in the Army, and I've been preparing for a long time. And he's right.
68 whiskey here, brother.
While ago, you got booted and Tipsy.
Yeah, we're definitely getting some lag there. I think we're watching it actually on YouTube, which has about a minute delay from the actual chat that's happening.
When she gets on here.
Just for the way it is. So yeah, the echo is killing me. So Dawn, how did you get started in prepping?
I got started because I found John.
Oh, say that again.
I got started because I found John and started watching his videos and just started prepping and getting things going here. So, and I'm in Arizona, so things are changing over here. And I just wanted to jump on for a minute and say thank you.
Well, thank you for coming, for sure.
You're very welcome. I'm sorry you had to wait so long. I saw you down there for a long time. I'm like, oh my gosh.
That's okay. It's not a problem at all.
Well, John, you're going to have to keep up with that green room. How many people you got in there right now?
Several.
Several,
yeah.
Hey, guys, I'll dip out and I'll go back into the chat.
Okay.
All right, keep them in line there, Sophia. Can you do
I'll
it?
try.
Definitely go check out Domestic Gangster if you haven't done so already.
Good
Give
channel.
her a quick subscribe.
Yep.
Peg leg. Peg Leg is in the house.
How you doing?
This ought to be interesting.
Oh, got the mask on. Peg
You
Leg,
still
how's
with
it
us,
going?
dog?
Me.
Thank you.
It's only 57
Sorry
up
you had
for
to
me.
wait so long. I saw you down there for a long time.
Hey, John, you can
Yeah.
you can kick me off and let someone else in if you like.
You sure?
Oh, absolutely. I just wanted, like I said, I just wanted to come on and say thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for being here.
All right, thanks.
You guys were talking about freedom seeds earlier and can't find any.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The gun shows here in Florida are full of freedom seeds. Full.
That is correct.
But here's the problem. These dealers are going home with most of it too, because they want $400 for half a case of 9.
Wow.
What?
$400 for half a case, huh?
For 500 rounds.
That's crazy.
I spent.
Yeah.
I spent.
I'm sitting here thankful that I still have 4 full cases, 1,000 round, that I bought for $110 a case.
Y'all got any questions for me? I'm down here in the Carolinas. I tell you what's going on down here in the South and the Carolinas.
Oh yeah, let us know.
Yeah,
Let us know. You seen any military movement or anything your way?
I think you got the lag. Anyways, quick thing to Peg Leg. I don't know what part of Florida you're in. I just bought. It cost me $570 for 1,000 rounds of 5.56 green tip.
Wow.
Yeah, actually, at the gun shows, the 5.56 was actually cheaper than the 9.
You know, what's really cheap is the 7.6239. That is dirt cheap. I mean, not dirt cheap, but cheaper than any other ammo you can find for a rifle.
Yeah, AK ammo.
On the rifle.
Tipsy's in the house. It's showing her microphone's muted though. I don't know if she has a mic or what.
Maybe she doesn't know that she's on.
Tipsy.
But see, I don't worry about ammo cost anyways. I reload all my.
Hi guys.
Hi.
Yay!
I don't worry about ammo cost.
We got a
I
bit
was
of
trying to be a
echo
gamer on
going on over there, Tip.
Yay!
We got a
I
bit
was
of
trying to be a gamer
echo.
on
Yeah, there's a lot of echoing going on here. I'll just talk for a minute and pull the thing out so I can't hear. Yeah. So, Peg Leg, what's with the facial covering? Are you worried that somebody's taking face recognition pictures of you?
Oh no, I'm not worried. It's 57 here, which is cold for me.
Oh, you're just cold? Yeah, you look like you're bundled up.
It's Florida, man. If the temperature doesn't start with an 8, the jackets come out.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I lived down there for a little while.
Yeah.
I thought you were doing a prepper now thing where you were just trying to keep your face off the camera.
No, actually, I was just trying to stay warm. I'm out on my porch.
The only thing masks are good for, right? Keeping your nose warm.
That's about it, brother, because they don't do anything else.
No, they don't.
I agree. Carpenter Self-Reliance. How's it going? You look very relaxed.
I'm doing pretty good. Been waiting like everybody else trying to get into the chat.
Yeah, he probably fell asleep back there waiting, man.
Good morning. Welcome to the party.
I appreciate it. I apologize for any echo. I'm not prepared really tonight, but I do appreciate getting on here tonight.
Yeah, man. It's
we
good to have
appreciate
you
you
on.
being here.
Sorry you had to wait so long.
That's
We
all right. I've
didn't
been
think anybody would want to talk to us, man.
here, but I'm on right now.
Yeah, I'm surprised how many people want to come in here and just listen to us chat and tell us about what's going on. It just feels like a lot of people are like-minded. A lot of people are starting to come together, which is what we really need, is more people to come together, no matter where you're at, what you believe, or what color you are. Everybody just wants to come together, which is what we really need, is more people to come together, no matter where you're at, what you believe. I hate hearing myself.
Yeah, I
talk.
agree. I had a lady today tell me she's been watching my channel and she went out this weekend and bought some things that she needs. And she's been behind my channel. She went out this week. They decided they're going to start prepping. I've been doing it for like 25 years, since like mid-90s. And it's good to see everybody getting on board now to get their food and their ammo and anything like basic life essentials. That's not going to cost you any money now. It's not going to cost you something in the future. You just get it done and get it bought in the house.
Oh yeah. So what got you started back in the 90s with prepping?
Well, I was working with a guy from Vietnam, and he said that things can get bad, and he saw the destruction that can happen in other countries. And I just started prepping little bit by little bit on my guns and ammo primarily. And then probably about 10 years ago, I started getting my food. I'm like, I've been in the Middle Eastern countries where there was no food at all. During, Middle East, I've been there 7, 8 times in the military. And when there's no hope out there, there's nothing. You can't eat. It's just a hopeless feeling. And I don't want that to happen to my family, my friends. And if you can just get your 3 or 4 months supply of food, will get you a long way to get your mind right for whatever to come.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I've been getting a little bit of people on board, and it's real satisfying to do that.
Yeah, it's good to get as many people on board as you can. What about you, Peg Leg? What got you started?
Oh, we'll go way back to when I was a kid, like 10 years old. My grandmother used to can fruits and veggies and all that stuff. So I helped her when we weren't working the farm, when it was raining or something, be in the kitchen with helping grandma do all that stuff. So pretty much when I started, a long time ago.
Yeah. So just did it for your whole life just because that's the way you were taught,
because
right?
it was always the smart thing to do, is what Grandma said. It's a smart thing to do, whether you need it or not. It's the smart thing to do.
Grandmas are smart
because you never know when you will need it. Yep.
Yeah.
Especially ones that went through the Depression.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I had a great grandmother that was the same way. She would always make her own jams, jellies, and pretty much everything else, and just always was ready for whatever.
You may not need it now, but eventually you will.
A lot of people are needing it now. A lot of people are losing their homes, their jobs. A lot of people need it now.
Eventually you will.
A lot of people are needing it now. Can you hear us?
The jobs
How's it going?
Tipsy. Can you hear us okay?
Showing off her preps.
So yeah, guys,
food
I don't want to interrupt, but
yes,
I can hear you, love.
Okay.
I just want to share that I was 100% non-believer in prepping. My husband, which is currently fighting cancer, and my son, which is currently military, they got me into prepping. We live in St. Louis. Think Ferguson. Enough said. Everything in this room, I turned our extra bonus room, because we live in a condo. Do not think you cannot prep in a condo. We live in a condo. And I turned our bonus room into this. Now, I love John from Prepper Nation because it took me a minute to wake up. I am retired law enforcement, and so is my husband. But our son came home and he was like, "Mom, you need to think of this, this, and this. And this, just since COVID, is what I've done."
Good job.
Including
good job.
This bad boy, which don't think you cannot prep in small spaces, because you can. Not that I can fit anything in here. Wow. Don't think you cannot prep in small spaces, because you can. We are pescatarians. We don't do the whole pork, beef, and all that BS. Try not to cuss like Angry Prepper. However, You can do it. I woke up. They were woke up. I was not woke up. You can do it. Let me just say, because of everything that has happened in 2020, do not think for a second that you do not have time, because trust me, literally this last week, I ordered shit tons of parts. And my military son that was home on leave was able to build 3 AK poo-poos. So, and ammo, I don't know if I can say that, I'm sorry. Freedom seeds were easily to get. Freedom seeds were easily.
You got a bit of an echo coming through over there for sure. It's loud.
Yeah.
And you got a
I see
long way to
Rip
go.
Curl
before
out
you
in the
cut
chat.
that
How's it going,
angle.
Rip? Should be in the green room, Rip. Get in the green room.
Get in the green room, Rip. Marie is in the house.
How's it going, Marie?
How you doing, Marie? Sorry for the wait.
Hi. I will be serious this time. Last time I was just silly. I needed the silliness, and you guys gave it to me. That was so nice to laugh because I was so stressed out. And my husband's like, you need to quit watching this news and that news. I'm like, I'm watching conservative news, but they were still,
It's still bad news.
awfully.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it still wasn't good news. But I called my father because my father is a giant pack rat from hell. And I know that man has still got all his ham radios, all his antennas, and all his crap still down there in those 2 pole barns, that are surrounded by dead cars and trucks. So when Jeff Foxworthy asks if you are a redneck,
Good to know.
seriously, Dad has got all that stuff. And I thought, well, he's up there with Governor Whitlis. My dad's hair is so long right now. He wants me to come up there and cut his hair. Because I went
What was
to
it
beauty
Jeff
school.
Foxworthy said? If
Because
you
they
cut your
cannot
grass
even
and find a
go
car.
and get their hair cut right now. Seriously, they cannot even go get a haircut. It's just, it's
yeah.
insane.
Yeah. Where is he at, if you don't mind me asking, that you can't get your hair cut?
It's just stupid.
Yeah. It's stupid.
But me being previous military, and we used to make fun of this shit. I mean, my grandmother Cobb would call me and say, the commies are coming, and my husband would hand the phone to me and go, it's for you, Marie. And I'm like,
Whoops.
Hey,
Grim, the idea that you came up with, I was watching some of your old videos, and that you might just be a prepper videos.
There.
The things that you were doing.
Yeah.
When I first started my channel, I thought that was a great idea, but then I saw you had done it. I was like, but great concept, man. Because I was like, that's a great idea. You know what I mean?
It just kind of happened one day. I was just bored. And I was at a gas station, and I seen, what was it? The first one I did, it was a pallet of firewood sitting at a gas station. I was just like, yeah, I'm making a note of that.
I mean, it's I think that helps the channels is when you have like these little, like how John has like, the Shogun Saturdays and things of that nature. And it's nice to have like these premises. It kind of gives people an idea, something to look forward to. It becomes like a consistent thing, I think, that they like to see.
Tuesdays, man. We're going to be doing it on Tuesdays, right?
Well, yeah, I didn't know if we're allowed to talk about that or not. So,
yeah. Prepper Tribe already got on here and threw it all out there.
Yeah, because Tuesday.
Nurse Prepper, how's it going?
So it should be
Hey, how's it
pretty interesting
going?
on Tuesdays. Just before we get into it, John, do we need a graphic?
Y'all
You
hear
want me to
me?
work on something?
Yeah, I hear
You
you.
can, man. Yeah.
All right, I'll shoot it over to you in email then.
Prepper Tribe and
I'll
Andrew.
turn this up a little bit so
Whatever
I can
day
hear
is
you
fine with
guys.
me and everything, man.
Sounds good.
So, Travel Nurse, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got started in prepping? Do you have a YouTube channel? I guess would be the first question.
I got started in prepping I don't have a YouTube channel. I got started in prepping actually the beginning of all this COVID stuff. And actually my mom and my grandparents always, saved a lot of cans and food, but we didn't call it prepping or anything. But I travel and I didn't think I could prep and travel.
You can.
Yeah, you
I
can.
think I have an echo. Do I have an echo?
I don't hear
Yeah,
one.
you sound fine.
No?
Me.
Okay. So yeah, so I travel. Originally from Ohio, live in Florida, but I'm a travel nurse, so I travel all around. And I didn't think I could actually save a lot of food or water or anything because I live in hotels pretty much. But I have family back home, daughters back home, so I decided to just ship food or send things to the house and have them put it up. And we actually made one whole bedroom into our prepping area. So right now we have about 6 to 8 months worth of food, water, some ammo. I didn't think that was important before.
Oh yeah.
So I had my firearms, but didn't really have much ammo. So that's the thing. But
So how many people on screen right now have a firearm within reach? Please don't show it because that'll get the live stream dropped. But yeah.
I do.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's all of us. That's good to know. So how many of you have it sitting just next to you or on your person? Because I have it on my right hip at all times, including in the house.
No, I'd have to reach a little bit. I
got to reach about right there.
Yeah. I got one here.
I can see it, but I have to reach to get it.
Yeah, I got the long gun right there, but I'm not gonna ruin the channel. You know what I'm saying? Or not the channel, but the chat. So
yeah, they really
I've
frown
got-
upon that on live stream. So
we did that on Tribes one time. I don't know how that worked out, but
I've got one right here on my nightstand. I have one in my purse.
question, Travel Nurse Prepper. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Kelly. My
That's
bad.
okay. Go ahead.
Since you're a nurse, I mean, I was a combat medic. Do you do a lot of medical prepping?
I do. I have a couple big tubs of.
Might be a shameless.
Yeah, I have a couple big tubs full of medical stuff and medications.
Because I think that's a key thing that some people, slack on a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's why one of my things I would plan on doing, hope you guys don't mind me saying it, but on Mondays, I'm going to start doing what they call medical Mondays and kind of like go into different things with tourniquets or chest wall seals or, all that fun stuff like that and kind of go through that process with some of this stuff. I think it's pertinent.
you ever heard of a channel called Skinny Medic?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, I watch him all the time. So, Travel Nurse, you mind telling us your views on the masks?
Wow. I wear them wherever we have to wear them in the hospitals.
Yeah.
And the patients have to wear them. And when they allow visitors in the hospital, they have to wear them. If I'm walking down the street by myself or with my kids or jogging outside, I think that's ridiculous to have a mask on. But if I'm going in a facility that requires a mask, I'm going to wear a mask if I want to go in that facility.
Yeah.
That's my view.
Well, how are your views on the effectiveness of the masks?
That depends on the person wearing it. If they're wearing it incorrectly, then it's not very effective.
Well, what if it's just made out of something like, really thin cotton? I mean, that can't possibly help that much.
It's better than nothing. I think that though they really don't protect the person against anything, you're really protecting the other people that you come around with from anything you might have.
Okay.
Are they made?
I agree with that. Yeah.
Are they making you wear the
Mhm.
N95 and the surgicals together? And you're on your
Yes, you
okay.
wear the N95, which I may have one.
Is that
You wear the N95 and then you wear the other mask over it. The other mask is really to protect the N95 because they're requiring us to continue to keep our N95s. And reuse them.
Yeah,
So
I got a lot
that's
of
what they're
contact in
requiring.
that industry, and they kind of keep me up to date on their COVID floors and what's going on and what they're wearing, what docs are wearing when they incubate people, what kind of medicines they're giving them. It keeps me informed. You know what I mean?
Gray man, I'm sorry, I don't know. I just subscribed to your channel. Are you a nurse or a medic?
I was a medic in the military.
Well, some of them have the 3M respirators, but the hospitals are going away with letting nursing wear that. They want us to wear the N95s and the mask over them.
But you know, not to hijack anything, I just to reiterate something with when they incubate people, I heard that the respirators or whatever, they're just recycling air, and I heard it's not very good, if that makes any sense. That it's more detrimental to their health when they do some of that stuff.
Well, I'm not a medical
No, so
professional.
I don't work on the COVID unit. I work on the cardiac
I'm with
unit.
you, Graham.
However, they do have the negative pressure rooms that they put the patients in. And they also have little portable, the rooms that don't have the negative pressure, they have little portable negative pressure units that they can place in those rooms.
Gotcha.
So as a nurse, are you being forced to take the vax
Right now it's voluntary.
right now?
I'm going to watch the other people for a while.
I've already heard
Right now we're not.
deaths
Just
being
like when the
reported.
flu vac came out, we weren't forced to wear it, but eventually it became mandatory. And then eventually they said that you have to wear a mask if you don't the whole season or whatever. I see them doing that eventually with this vax, but right now they're just asking for volunteers.
So you think they are going to force it at some point?
You know, that's my
Take it or lose
suspicion.
your job kind of thing?
Or lose your job sort of thing.
Yeah.
So my daughter
I don't know.
works at the hospital.
You know, I can't say,
she's not
but
taking it.
it's my suspicion.
Mine too. What was that you were saying, Kelly?
My daughter works at MUSC here in Florence, and they encourage it, but they're not mandating it. And she's originally assigned to the 4th floor, which is ortho, neuro, and stroke. But she also just came home last week, and they had to pull her to the COVID floor, which I kind of freaked out about. But she had to gear up and suit up and everything. And they're giving them, they get a new N95 every time they go in and out of a new patient's room. I am still licensed. I was an EMT with EMS and also an intermediate. They don't have intermediates anymore here. I don't know if they do in other states, but and then my sister is a director here at the hospital. It's bad. It's bad at
It is.
at the hospital
It is.
McLeod here. The MUSC hospital, the other hospital is not as bad, but at McLeod it's pretty bad. It's
So are you seeing a lot of COVID cases then?
Yes.
Yeah.
Same here.
I mean, how bad is it really? I mean, are you seeing it worse than the flu season?
So back when this all
Yeah.
started last year in March and April,
Yeah.
like I didn't know anybody that had it or gotten it. I still, thank God, have not gotten it. At this point, I think it's going to be inevitable that we're all going to get it. I'm not taking the vaccine either. My
I'm
daughter
pretty
is
sure
not
I
taking
had it already. And when it all started, I got really sick. I had the symptoms of it. I figured it was just a flu. I treated it like the flu, and a couple days later, I was good to go. And it could have been the flu. It could have been the other thing, but from what I read with the symptoms of getting tired and not wanting to do stuff, that's pretty much how I felt for a couple of days. But
now there's so many people that I do know that I personally know.
What does that say? 55
or have
people
gotten it.
died after receiving the
Wow.
vaccine.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, those
Scary.
numbers are going up. I also seen, like I said earlier, a lady that had complete loss of all muscle control after taking it. And yeah, it's having a lot of bad side effects on people.
My
Hey,
oldest
Graham.
daughter got it, and she was 25. She got it back in the 1st of December. She wasn't around me or my youngest daughter. She lost her taste and smell immediately. She still has not gotten her smell back. She finally got the taste back. she still can't smell anything, and it's been going on 2 months.
Wow.
Wow.
Were you saying something, John?
I was saying we got to get some green room peeps up in here,
All
man.
right. Well, I can go. I just want to say hi, everybody.
I just want to come back and say I got my hat.
I saw that. I saw you came back with a hat.
I did. I felt left out.
Travel
All
nurse,
right.
thank you very much. Carpenters, do you have anything else you want to say, brother?
Yes, sir. It's a true honor to be on here with y'all guys tonight. I do have a YouTube channel. It's
All right.
name there. But here, I'm just going to do a brief shutdown on the state where I live in, South Carolina, upstate. There is ammo shortages. There is food shortages, especially tomato products. But it's never too late to prepare. That's what I tell everybody. Never too late to get what you need. And I do appreciate it and have a good night.
Have a good night, everybody.
Thank you for being here, man.
So how do you say that? Volts Rex or Yolts Rex?
Yo, it's Rex.
Yep.
Faithful.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
Failure
Faithful
to prepare. How's it going?
Prepper.
Oh, there's
Finally
Faithful
got
Prepper.
on here.
What's up,
Hello.
Hello.
Somebody's got an echo, I hear.
I know Failure's got his mic muted, so.
Yep. he's
Something's
definitely not his
echoing.
echo.
What's up, gentlemen? How you guys doing?
Doing good. How are you?
Not too bad.
All right. So the questions of the night are: if you have a YouTube channel, please go ahead with that. I'm not sure which one of you three came in first. So whoever wants to
Faithful
start.
definitely has a YouTube
Yep,
channel.
I have
I've
actually
subscribed to her.
followed her.
The
Yeah.
other two guys, if you have one, let us know about it.
I
Yeah,
don't.
Faithful has a great channel.
I don't upload any videos or anything. I just pretty much consume the content. Really enjoy what you've been doing, Prepper Nation and Grim Survival. I've seen a couple of your things too. But I kind of wanted to piggyback off of what the travel nurse Prepper was saying. I do a lot of traveling for work as well. I drive anywhere between 45 minutes to an hour from home every day for work. And I just wanted to emphasize the importance of having some gear in your car at all times. I got a get home bag that I bring with me to work every day. It's got pretty much everything I need in there. If something were to happen, if the car was to break down, I can essentially hike home if I need to. Yeah, just wanted to kind of emphasize that.
Oh yeah, I can attest to that.
Goltz, what do you think is going to happen the next few days leading up to inauguration?
Man, it's kind of a loaded question because there's a lot of misinformation out there. I keep hearing things about how Trump's he's gonna release the Kraken and all this stuff, and there hasn't really been any proof of that yet. It's all kind of behind the scenes, and I don't know, man. Don't really know what to think on that.
There's a lot of misinformation out there.
Yeah, I've seen so much just this and that and everything else of people talking about all this stuff that I just don't believe any of it whatsoever. As far as I'm concerned, what's going to happen on the 20th is going to be a new person taking office and then all of our rights being infringed upon like they're already talking about doing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my opinion.
Failure to prepare. Do you have a channel, man?
I do. In the interest of being nice, why don't you let ladies go first?
Ladies first.
Okay, Faithful, do you want to let everybody know about your channel?
Sure. Yeah, I'm just started a YouTube channel more for just my friends who wanted more information, and then I realized there was like this giant prepping community that I was unaware of. So that's been awesome. But I just talk about basic things, just getting started, from the physical side of things to the mentally getting your mind prepared for things to the spiritual side. So pretty basic stuff, but it's fun.
Would you like to discuss Romans chapter 13 right about now?
I will say I'm not perfectly versed in the scriptures for sure.
Oh, well, just pull it up real quick. It's a very interesting chapter to read right now with what's going on. I can pull it up real quick if you'd like. I got,
Okay, do it.
Bibles right here.
Yeah, do it, Graham. Come on, man.
Has to do with
easier to do on my computer, but
what's that, Gray Man?
Has to do with submissions of governing authority. Romans 13.
Yep.
I learned from all you guys.
Yeah. It's just to summarize, it is about being, compliant to the governing authority, like you were saying. I mean, that's really what it is, the people in power were put there by the Father, and we shouldn't basically go and bring them all up. It's the easiest way to say it, I guess. So, yeah, that's basically what it says, and I've been thinking on that quite a bit, and in my opinion, that's not at all what any of us really were talking about doing or wanting to do. In my opinion, what we're discussing and the things I rant about are more along the lines of self-defense. When somebody is trying to stick a deadly needle in my arm, I will defend myself with force if necessary. That's basically what I try to get at when I'm ranting. Yeah, I know it doesn't always come out that way. Some people think that let's go start the battle. And sure, if you want to start the battle, I'll be right behind you. Somebody's going to take point on that because it's not me.
Speaking of the needle, let's talk about what's going to happen when that's mandated and how everybody's going to react what are you going to do when you have to have proof of vaccination when you go into a store?
I won't go in the store. I won't. I can order groceries and have them delivered to my house. I don't have to go to the store.
Okay.
Did you guys catch that thing on Ice? Is it Christian and Ice Age where he was talking about why they're doing what they're doing with the whole pick up your groceries at Walmart and stuff?
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that one.
It was pretty interesting because basically it's basically killing small businesses, the big people like Walmart, Target, and stuff like that, because they're monopolizing that. Small businesses can't do the same. And then when you order your groceries, they put them in your card. They pick what food goes in there. So you don't see what's on the shelves.
Mm-hmm.
You have no clue what's on the shelves if it's empty or not empty. The quality of food that you get in there. Let's say you get a dozen tomatoes. Some of them might be bruised or underdone or genetically modified. It was pretty interesting stuff. Just wanted to share that real quick.
I'd like to address a question in the chat just really quickly from Ken B. Says, Grim, if I slap you, will you turn the other cheek? It's a tough decision. And my response to that is, while yes, it does say turn the other cheek, it never once said not to slap him back. So
nobody's perfect, right, Graham?
Exactly.
All right, Bill, you're too prepared. You want to let us know about your channel now?
Yeah, sure. I think I've been prepping for probably about 4 years. And ex-military, I've had about 20 in. And I've been in law enforcement ever since. The reason I'm wearing this is because it'd be detrimental to my job if a lot of people knew I was doing this. So just like Prepper now, I've got reasons for it. It's not because it's cold, it's because I like working. I'm one of the lucky people that still has the job. I intend to keep it.
No,
But
I understand.
Oh, yeah, I understand.
I've only had the channel for maybe about 3 months, and I got to emphasize on trying to help people, learn, trying to help people prep. And one of my biggest things is I'm trying to help people get in shape, because we as a prepper community right now, like I always say in my videos, it's good to have all this gear, but if you can't go around the block without having a coronary with a shit on your back, what's the purpose in doing it?
Yeah.
And Graham, what you're talking about, because you're ex-military too. So if this thing gets hard and heavy, folks, we're going to need to be in shape, because this stuff is going to kill you before a bullet.
Yes, sir.
That's sure.
It's a huge thing. No one's ever. You got to put your pack on, put your load out, get your primary, your secondary, your boots, all that stuff on. Go walk around in your backyard for about 10, 15 minutes and see how you feel.
Go for laps around your house if that's all you can do.
I was digging into beach sand, and I don't know if some of you guys don't have beaches, but it's like sugar sand. Putting your pack on, walking through that was quite the thing. I was pretty shocked at how it made me feel, thinking in the forefront, like if I had to do this, And then it made me think of World War II, those guys hitting Normandy, like what they went through with about 100 pounds of gear on.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Body armor is a good exercise tool right there. If you have 30 pounds of plates on, I'll give you a workout.
Yes, sir.
But I did want to say, John, thanks for having me. Grim, thanks for having me as well. And tell Angry Prepper I said howdy, and I got some spam for him if you ever want it.
Angry Prepper, you said? Spam? I'll let him know, man. I'll email him and let him know. He'll cuss, but you know.
He's good.
I told John he needs to put that spam mug on his Teespring. I'm pretty sure everybody would buy one of those if we could make one of those happen.
I'd get sued, brother. Somebody needs to do the spam logo with the font and everything, but put angry on there instead of spam. You could probably sell that.
For sure. I mean, Grim, you're good at making all kinds of crazy shit.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I might have to throw that picture up now.
There you go.
I made a new one just a couple of days ago that has a couple of 1911s upside down, and it says, when they come to take your firearms, not exactly, I think I wrote guns, when they come to take your guns and end up giving you more. That's what my newest shirt says. Just, yeah, I was mad that day. So, yeah. So tell us, ammo shortages. You said you were in law enforcement, right? Are you having trouble in law enforcement keeping up with ammo shortages?
Yes, and they're really monitoring ammo as far as, what we have available to us for training and everything like that. Because a lot of people are trying to take advantage of ammo, put it in the pocket, that sort of thing. But I do know of a site, and I've got this from Sensible Prepper. It's ammoseek.com. It'll list rounds by price. It'll give you updates on when it's last checked and when it's in the store. And I've actually used it. I've had some sent up from Tulsa, and it came within a week. So it's a really good website. Please pass it out to your folks. It's pretty fair. It'll bring you directly from the search engine to the facility that's selling it.
Thanks for the information.
Awesome.
I'll definitely check that out.
Graham, what do you want to do with the green room here, brother?
This man has been here the longest, and the other three came in about the same time. So
it's up to you guys, brother.
Go ahead and boot me. I'm good. It's good to see you guys.
I can go out whenever.
If you guys have had enough of me, you just let me know.
Faithful, before you go, you want to tell us what started you in prepping?
It was actually just my church. They've been teaching for decades to be more self-reliant, to have a year's supply of food, water, necessities. And then when I was getting really into it, and people were kind of, just some people I would talk to, even just family, and they'd kind of act like I was too overboard. And I was praying about it. And then I got called to be an emergency preparedness specialist for my church. And so I thought that was a pretty clear answer to my prayer. So yeah, that's really what's gotten me into it. Just scriptures and church and that kind of stuff. And then of course, seeing what's been going on. I've only been into it for about 5 years, but I'm glad I got in before all this started, because it's like every week, every month, I learn so much. So many new things that I didn't know when I first started. So
who do you think is the best prepper in the Bible?
Probably Noah.
Noah? I don't know. Kind of a toss-up there.
Yeah.
A little bit later in Genesis. What is it, Joseph? Yeah, I'd say Joseph.
Yeah. It was good too.
Yeah.
Hey, Oily Prepper, how are you? Sorry you had to wait so long in the green room there.
It's kind of hard to hear you. Can you get closer to your mic or speak up a little?
How's that? Is that better?
Yeah, a little bit better. So, do you have a channel?
Kind of, sort of. I do have a channel on YouTube, Oily Prepper, but I don't post a lot of videos there. I listen to you guys, and then I research articles and bring them over to Facebook, and then put commentary to that. And I'm surprised. I have not got banned. I have not got restricted. And it's strange.
That's good.
I know. I can't believe it, because everybody I know is getting banned and restricted. They can't post anything. And I'm just like posting what I would post. But of course, I'm not doing memes. But yeah.
That's
Yeah, I've seen a
awesome.
lot of censorship on Facebook. I'm pretty much done with that. I've already deleted my Twitter.
Oh, it's horrible over there.
So much censorship.
Are any of you guys down there, down below? Are any of you guys doing anything extra for January 19th or 20th? Any extra preps, things like that?
I've got I put a few little extra things in my get home bag. It's like an extra Mylar blanket, extra knife, some extra fire making supplies.
I think we should all shave our heads.
Even the ladies.
Yep, even the ladies, especially the ladies.
Hey, I'm
Leave his
down with
peach
you over
fuzz
there,
on.
Connor.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, you know, the hair sniffer, that's what I'm calling him for the next 4 years. So
The hair sniffer. The
Oh,
president
boy.
elect hair
You
sniffer.
can't sniff your hair if you don't have hair.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. No,
Yeah,
I think
would
you just gotta
advise
prep
to
like
stay
you
away
normally
from
are.
If anybody has any thoughts on going near the Capitol, don't. Just don't. There
Yeah,
is no
do
point.
not go near the Capitol, guys. If you're in the
Just
chat,
stay
you do not
home.
want to be anywhere near it.
It's just bait. That's all it is. They're baiting you in so that they can sniff your hair. Don't go.
Yep.
That's right.
Does anybody have any intel? I saw something about Angry Prepper in the chat early on that he was going to go on the 20th. Is that factual?
He's been talking about it. We've been advising him against it.
Hope not.
I think the best thing to do at this point is to bug in and let things quiet themselves out if they quiet out.
Yeah.
It'd be good to have an inside view from someone who's actually there.
Yeah, I
The
get
thing
that.
you're going to see is the inside of a cell if he is able to keep his camera, but that's unlikely.
No, you ain't gonna be able
Have
to.
you guys seen Constitution Act? Ironically, have you seen what it looks like right now?
Seen what?
Well, from what I understand, there's like 25,000 troops, and there's like a little over 700,000 residents there in DC. So if you do the math, it's like one soldier to every 28 residents. How many rounds are in a standard AR clip?
30.
Exactly. You do the math. I'm not going there.
I've also heard reports that they are blacking out all communications. They're already, jamming radio, cell phone, internet, everything's offline.
Man, something's up beyond just them expecting a protest, you know?
They
What?
They also initiated like I said, I got some military contacts. One that's on. He was on leave for 4 days. They also bringing up 5,000 Marines up there for as a backup, which I don't understand why. He doesn't even know why.
Backup.
Backup. Literally, he said that's what they're there for. Backup. Backup for what? I don't know. The parade's virtual. You have to have specific like tickets. There all the social distancing, and I know. I don't want to say his name, but we all know who he is. You know, the hair sniffer. He's making a big thing where he wants to go out and lay a wreath, and you know, he has like a breakdown of what he's trying to do, but it still doesn't make any sense.
There's a lot of rumors going around that, you know, Trump is the reason they're bringing in so much military, and he could possibly go arrest all of the Congress and things like that. It's just a rumor, and I don't believe it, to be honest with you.
Nice.
I don't believe it, but wouldn't that be something, man? You know? I don't want to get my hopes up, but wouldn't that be something?
It depends on how you look at it, because if you look at it from a Caesar type of point of view, then he's the only person in power, and then what do you have?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah,
but still, on the flip side of this, they are getting you used to seeing troops. So they're getting used to hearing the term insurrection. They're getting used to hearing all this rhetoric. So when the time comes here and within 100 days,
yeah, desensitized.
people are just going to accept it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like they did with the masks.
I figure you just got to be ready for all of it.
Right.
As long as you're ready for anything. I don't necessarily believe everything I hear, but I listen to it and I'll hear anyone out, even all the craziest conspiracies. Like, I'll totally listen to it, but I just keep it like, okay, if that were to happen, I don't think it will, but hey, just in case, might as well be ready. So
Well, the
if
thing
you're
is,
prepared for the
they try to-
worst, it'll be good if it doesn't happen. I'll be like, sweet, that didn't happen, instead of being taken by surprise.
Right. But then also go back to Matthew 24, and I go back to Revelation. Look, America is not going to be in the end times. We are not going to be in the tribulation. I mean, for being the greatest country in the world for however long that we are, and we are not even mentioned, what does that say? That says that
The
we
bigger
don't know
you
what's
are, the
going
harder
on.
you fall.
So, I mean, when you have children, when you have family, you want to take care of that family. So therefore, you know that you're not going to be around, and it's obvious that things are spiraling out of control with big tech, with even the amount of earthquakes that we've had.
Natural
You want to take care
disasters.
of your families. So therefore, I mean, it's written out plain in scripture, and I know so many people do not believe what scripture says, but they
Mark of the
cannot
beast.
deny the things that's going on. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to take over this, but
Preach it.
You know what's crazy? I see these videos from 3, 4, 5 years back, and it's these people talking about what they think is going to be the end of the world, whether it's an economic collapse,
Right.
a natural disaster. In the Bible, it says it's going to be everything.
Right, exactly.
Everything's going to collapse.
Culmination.
Yep. Not just one thing.
As history says, every great nation will fall eventually. And I mean, you can use the Romans for an example, you know, and America is almost 247, 248 years. We're close to that precipice of 250 years where most nations fail.
Yep.
I
And
mean,
we're well on our way. Economy's crashing. The dollar ain't worth $1 anymore. I mean, we're well on our way.
It's not.
I mean, with that announcement of that $1,400 that the hair sniffer said about, plus the $15 minimum wage thing, that's even pushing even further, more inflation.
They want to kill the economy so they can initiate their great reset.
Correct.
That's the goal.
Yep.
I mean, the Bible says about one world government, one world currency, and that's where we're headed.
It's good to see a lot of people that are on the same page, you know.
For sure.
I don't know about what page the rest of you are on, but my page right now is saying I have to go to the restroom. So I'm going to take like 3 minutes and stand up here, and I will be right back. So, just enjoy seeing my chair for a minute. I've been drinking.
I've got to bring some people in from the green room anyway, Graham. Yolks, do you have any last words here?
No, man. Appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, I appreciate it, brother. Faithful, Oily, you ladies have any last words?
Nope. Thanks for having me on. Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much.
Keep prepping and stay oily is all I gotta say.
Yes, ma'am.
You got this, John.
Yeah, let me see. They're still packing it out. James Hoggle, how you doing, sir?
Hey,
What's
pretty
up,
good.
brother?
How you guys? Not much, man. How you guys doing?
Felony Prepper.
Uh-oh.
How you doing, man?
Liberty Revolutionary. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing
I see
great.
Maria's in the green room.
Doing
She
great.
is up next, it looks like.
Okay, Marie?
What do you guys think is going to happen the next few days here?
Me, I think it could be just either way. I don't know. It's just going to be weird. I know that they got all the troops. I know here in Iowa, they're moving the National Guard troops to the capital city. I mean, they got several thousand of them for some reason. I don't know what that's about, but I know I'm not going anywhere near there. So,
No, definitely do not go anywhere near any capital.
No, I've had a couple of friends like, hey man, let's go, show, that this, that, and the other. I'm like, nah, dude, I think I'll stay home, man. I'm good with that.
James Hoggle, how's it going, man?
What's up, Graham?
Busy day.
I get to see each other face to face, man. I talk to you on the phone and stuff and online.
Yeah, where's your Gremlin shirt at, man?
I washing it, man. I actually done wore it, man, so many times I had to wash it finally.
What about you, Felony? What do you think's going to happen the next few days, man?
Man, I got a lot of hope on all these conspiracy theories, man. We'll see. I got a lot of hope on all of them, but it's just wishful thinking. We got to sit back and see how it plays out. I do know this though. I'm an ex-felon, right? Not no, like, I'm out of that lifestyle, but I'm an ex-felon. Well, 8 months back, I hit up the National Guards trying to join. And they said, we're not taking felons right now, but check back in 6 months because things are changing. Well, on January 13th, I got an email from the National Guard saying to call them. So,
Are you joining them?
yeah. Huh?
Are you joining the National Guard then?
Oh, we'll see. It depends, because if on the 21st, if Biden takes office, that's a bad idea.
I think
So,
it might be a bad idea, yeah. But then again,
yeah,
you might be,
so,
you know, if you can't beat them, join them, right?
What about you, Liberty?
I'd rather.
Yeah,
What do
I
you
don't
think?
think I'm going to put my money on it that there's not much going to happen. I think this is all for show. I think it's going to try to hype some people up, primarily to try to get people to react. I mean, I kind of look at it like in the terms of the art of war. They try to get the people that they want to go after to make a mistake.
Yep.
And I have a feeling they're trying to get people to react and do something before they do.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's bait. That's all it is.
It's a total sucker job. I totally agree.
He's pulling the art of war
what's
out.
going
Look.
on in the world, you got Klaus Schwab and his great economic reset. I mean, you look back at this 2016 book, The Fourth Industrial Revolution. You look through that, it's a global top-down authoritarian government. You might as well call it the Fourth Reich. It's an absolute nightmare.
Yeah.
Well, I know. Speaking of the Reich, just throw it in there. I know Germany. It seems like they're going to have a lot to do with that Great Reset if that comes about.
They've already had their first meetings, the Devout meetings over in Geneva for this Great Reset. It's ugly.
It's good to watch foreign news. I don't know how many people do that. I mean, YouTube is a great source for foreign news. You know, there's a bunch of channels that you can research, either Chinese news, you know, Russian news, any type of news, Australia even, because it's good to see what's happening over there, because then usually it slowly filters across to the West.
Yeah, I agree with that. Anything that happens over there eventually ends up filtering into the United States, or somehow or another it ends up involving us. So I keep up with the national and international news too.
Yeah,
So.
I've seen in Australian news that they're talking about they're supposed to, or it's another conspiracy thing, but they're talking about a war within the next 3 to 10 years between the U.S. and China. I think it's going to be sooner if it does happen, but yeah, that's what they're talking about in Australia.
Well, it's great for the economy, right?
Yeah.
What was that?
With what's going on, this Great Reset, they're going to try to get enough countries on board. I don't think China's just going to give up its own central bank sovereignty in its own country. I don't think they're going to give that up that easy. I think they're going to get a bunch of other countries on board. Then they're going to come after China. Then they're going to come after the United States.
If you watch the history of the Chinese, they kind of stay close to their borders. They really don't move too far from there. And I'm pretty sure there's a reason why, but you know, they don't really go. They don't. I know some, you know, with the Canadian thing and what they're doing up there and stuff like that. But if you their history, they kind of stay in the realm of their area.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
if they
don't
all
have the
leave,
blue helmets in Mexico too right now, the blue helmets as well, or
I think John spoke about that just recently.
This is all building up
Maybe
to
that's what I heard.
an Agenda 2030. That's all this is doing. This is building up. They're step by step, little by little. I almost think it's a mistake to try to jump on something right now, unless it's a non-compliance movement, outright blatant non-compliance, because if you really want to get to it, based on the actual enforcement capability of the federal, state, and local law enforcement, it numbers about 1 to 1.5 million. Roughly 1% of the population is 3.5 million. 1% of the population standing up and saying no to the government for whatever they're trying to do makes anything unenforceable, particularly if they're armed.
Yeah, that's true. My whole thing is, though, is 1.5 million. Well, I guess they will. You can see at these Trump rallies, so never mind. I take that back.
1.5 million versus roughly 3.5 million. So outnumbering, say, 2 to 1, and 1% is a low number. You have to count around. There's only about 80 million people vote. You have to consider the people that are non-voters, that have the mindset of just screw the entire system.
Yeah, there's a lot of
There's a
those.
lot of people out there. Just the number of people that are armed in this country.
I'll never vote again. What's the point?
Yeah, you ain't lying, man. I'm almost got the same mindset.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'd be about getting me there, not the voting thing, man.
Liberty.
The point behind saying that the non-compliance is because if you, it works like every other revolution. Every revolution that's ever happened, or situation where people are trying to defy their governments. Anytime the violence starts from the people, you wind up having an authoritarian system. But when you have a country like the United States, where they wrote a declaration and said, big middle finger, try and stop us, it winds up in a free country. Doesn't matter what nation, what society throughout history, it has always worked that way. You need to get a non-compliance movement going.
I mean, there technically is, there's roughly about 1.3 million U.S. troops, and there's 1.3 million U.S. troops, and then there's 386 million registered firearms in the U.S.
It's roughly 49% of all the small arms in the world are owned by U.S. citizens.
Yeah, we're the most heavily armed nation.
If you put it in
Unfortunately, I'm a
perspective,
felon, so I can't own firearms, but I got a lot of big bore guns, air guns.
Black powder rifle.
Yeah, but the thing with that is it's like 1893 or something like that. All the way back to there is when you could have it. It's a weird loophole. So like federally, you can't own a black powder rifle. They say you can in certain states, but if the feds don't press the charges, excuse me, they can. So like it's a weird loophole. So air guns is the best to go. They got 50 cal on air guns. So yeah, it's the best way to go.
With air guns, and I think you can even take a deer now with the technology behind air guns.
Oh yeah, man. They got they take big bore, or not big bore. They take a bike, 367s, everything, 50 cal.
Yeah, you get 30 cal and 50 cal Gamma makes a 30 cal, man. You take a deer right down. I mean, it's
Felony
well,
and
I got
Liberty, do you guys have channels? People are asking if you two have channels in the chat.
which ones?
Felony and Liberty.
I have a channel. I haven't uploaded anything to it yet. I've just been too busy with a million one other things, but I've been meaning to. I don't think my computer can probably handle the editing right now. So
Use your phone, brother. They got apps. There's a lot of ways you can do it if you really want to go that direction.
There's a lot of
You do have a channel, Felony?
Yes, sir. It's under Felony Prepper, and it's basically prepping knowledge for felons, self-defense, stuff like that. So, yeah, what you can't have as far as weapons and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay, brother. The mods are going to plug your channel. Yeah, they just did actually, and they were just asking. They weren't sure. They were looking for Liberty, and they couldn't find his channel.
It's somewhere. I mean, it's there. It just doesn't have anything uploaded on it.
Make it after this. Make it after this. Just make it. Get the
You guys got any last words before we bring the next group in here in the green room?
I just want to say, great. Yeah, be safe, man. Don't just stay away from the capitals. Do not go. Do not go. And man, it's been great to see you guys. Finally get to see people face to face. So.
Yeah, absolutely, man. We're going to try and do it once a month. We, like I was telling somebody earlier, this was just a test run to see if we could handle it and everything, 6 at one time. So I appreciate it, guys.
Pretty good. All right.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here. All right, who's next?
Oh, let's see. We got Marie, Lorraine, and Grounded Earth.
John, I gotta ask how long we running this for. We're 2.5 hours in.
This will probably be the last group because I still have to film tomorrow morning's video.
Yeah, I was thinking that same thing.
I'm right there with
I
you,
have
John.
to say, hey to my female preppers.
Hey to my female preppers.
Stick together.
You're not talking to me. Grounded Earth, what are we looking at?
Female preppers, we all
I'm going inside.
together.
He's been waiting like an hour, Grim.
You guys got a sausage
Call him out.
party here. We got to have more women.
I agree.
Well, everybody is welcome. Anybody who's brave enough, and maybe the guys are just braver. Maybe.
Or either that or we're better at hiding our emotions.
I don't give a shit.
Well, the guys don't got to worry about putting their makeup on before they get on video.
Red, white, and blue butt.
Do you guys have any thoughts on the next few days leading up
Well, I'm worried that some of these dumb idiots are going to show up at the Capitol and they're going to make all the rest of us look bad. They're going to take away our Second Amendment, all because these people are freaking loons.
Yep.
That's what I'm worried about, is the loons showing up in the mainstream news media. They're going to make it look like it's all Trump supporters that are doing all this crap.
Same thing they did on the 6th.
In MAGA hats. They're going to try to look like they're Trump supporters, and they're going to pull some bullshit. And that's what happened on the 6th. That was bullshit.
That's exactly what happened on the 6th.
And they're getting arrested and stuff, but do you see it on the mainstream news media? Freaking hell no. When I was in the Navy long ago, it was probably in the 80s, we would get so-called sensitive material come in, and I was a glorified yeoman. That was what my job was. We called glorified yeomans. We had clearances, but we just basically shifted the material around and sent the material to people, and it would be like some officer trying to flirt with some other officer, trying to tell her how good she looks and all this other stuff. And I'm like, what is this crap? Why do I need to freaking put this under confidential? It was like bullshit. Well, I feel like at this time, like I was trying to tell you guys before, which I'm not going to say the C word again, because apparently that got me kicked. They would make jokes about the C word, are common, and all this stuff. And my grandmother would call me, and this shit's coming true right now. My grandmother's up in heaven going, I told you so. She is.
You have a YouTube channel, don't you?
Yeah, they have gotten this far. They have gotten this far so quick. They did. And my husband could see it coming, and I was pissed at him because he wouldn't talk to me about it. Come to find out, he's hiding cans of beans and other stuff in my mother-in-law's add-on and other places, and he didn't tell me about it. Like, I don't know which prepper channel it was, but I made a joke that he was prepping behind my back.
I remember seeing that.
Literally. I'm like, why is he burying his head in the sand? No. My husband's a former Marine. He was a Marine for 30 years. I was Navy for about 3 years, and then I was inactive ready reserve. And
Bless you.
he has went nuts. We got bullets. We got freaking canned goods. We got everything. I mean, he was really good at it because I have an adversity to canning. I will not can. Do not make me can anything. Because my mother sat me down at 12 years old and made me can tomatoes for 12 hours until I had a rash coming down my body on both sides because I was canning freaking tomatoes for 12 hours.
Ain't no canning
I am
happening up
not
in here.
going to can. I don't care how great canning is. I'm not going to can.
Grim, you can make a t-shirt on that, son.
He bought a bunch of shit, and he's been packing it all away like a freaking pack rat. And he didn't tell me about it because he said, woman, just like you, John, woman, you're going to go around and tell all the neighbors. You're gonna talk to the neighbors and you're gonna tell them we got all this stuff, man. I don't want you telling nobody nothing.
Well, just show him this live stream a little bit later. Have him do the replay, and yeah, tell him you're going to show it to all your friends and neighbors, and see what he says.
Reed, you got some fans in the chat there.
That's what he's worried about, because I'm an honest person. I'm an honest person. Somebody asks me something about something, I'll tell them right up what I think.
You should make your own YouTube channel.
You can kiss, like I said before, you can kiss my fat, red, white, and blue ass. I don't give a shit what you think.
You definitely need a
You don't
YouTube
want to be
channel.
my friend? Don't be my friend. Fuck off.
I'm your friend already.
You know, but I was like all worried about this stuff, and he's like, "You're talking like Grandma Cobb, blah blah blah." Like I told you guys before I got cut off, Grandma Cobb would call the house and go, "The C word is coming." I'm not going to say the word because apparently it got me cut off. But it's just humorous to me because I think that Grandma Cobb and all her predictions came true. It's just nuts. And I had a Mary Kay lady, and this is no joke. I'm not joking with you guys. I love to joke, and I love to be the class clown. But I am being serious when I said Mary Kay lady came to me, and she said some lady who prays a whole lot told me that they're going to take down the mystic Babylon, which in the Bible she believed America is the mystic Babylon, and they're going to do it with planes. And I was like, okay, I'm previous military. You can't fool me with that, because I used to call in. I don't know. They may cut me out if I say too much of this. I'll try to avoid certain words.
Maria, I feel like you're holding back. Tell us how you really feel here.
I used to read World War II ticker tape for the Navy, and I used to send out the messages for the Navy and the Air Force to come intercept. I can say this without. Okay, one of the code words for the Soviet Union is bears. Am I going to get cut off now?
I think you got to worry about having, military personnel showing up on your door at this point.
When I was in Iceland, we sent up planes to meet the Russians and tell them basically, no fuckers, you're not making Iceland into a fucking parking lot. We're going to kick your ass if you decide you're going to land here and give a shit. So they would escort them all back out. And that was my job, was to tell them my job doesn't even exist anymore, but the oceanographers would see them coming, and I would send it out and tell them, go basically, have a little party with the Russians and tell them to fuck off. That was my job. Pretty much. So they would tell the Russians to fuck off, and the Russians were like, okay, we'll just fuck off. But they would play games with them a little bit and ride with them all the way back into Soviet Union airspace. So when my granddaughter comes home from public school and tries to tell me that BLM and Antifa are fucking awesome, I'm like, where the hell are you getting this shit from?
Well, I hate to interrupt, but we are running short on time here, and we need to give a couple of people a chance to talk.
We know this communist bullshit. We know this is bullshit, and we know they're pulling bullshit. We know it's coming. We can see it. And when you point that out, YouTube's like, well, we got to get rid of your ass. And actually, when I see ticker tape to this day, sometimes I can read it. It's kind of strange how you think you've forgotten stuff from years and years ago, and then you see it in front of your face, and you're like, holy shit, I can read that. So don't think you're taking lessons in Morse code or anything else years ago that you're not going to remember, because you will. And military training has a way of making sure you remember that shit. And my oldest daughter, she was brought up, you know, on all the military bases that we went to. And my husband's friends thought it was real cute to teach her how to kill people. They thought it was funny. They would, you know, she was 5 years old, 5 years old. And they were like, oh, Christina, put your thumbs into my trachea. And they'd show her, oh, you're killing me. And they'd be all dramatic. This girl, this bitch from this high school, decided she was going to jump on my daughter. And she shoved her, and my daughter jumped on her and took both her thumbs and crossed them over and shoved them down into her throat and cut off her breathing. You know why? Because she was trained by a bunch of Marines that thought it was funny. She kicked that girl's ass, and that girl was like, shouldn't you join my gang? And Christina said, why? I almost killed you. Why should I join your fucking gang? That was funny.
Where is
That was the funniest thing
Arkansas
I ever heard
living
in
when
my
you
life.
need him? You know what I'm saying?
Yep. We need the hat back.
Her dean, the dean of the school.
So what about you, Grounded Earth?
Well, I actually don't have any content or a channel on here per se. I was on Parlor, you know, but
You
we
need
all know
one
what.
just sitting through that, man.
Oh, like, I mean, to be honest, like I used to have one before, and I had, you know, a small following, and you know, I kind of missed that, and it was kind of revolved around prepping, you know, and just being self-reliant. But like now, like, you know, we all know how like the censorship is and everything. I'm kind of hesitant to want to put content out on this platform, you know.
I know the feeling.
Like, you know, they could just take you like that, you know. So I'm just kind of waiting until all this stuff airs out, which we all don't, you know, I don't think anybody really knows what's, you know, gonna happen. You know, we can all just kind of.
Censorship is gonna get worse.
I agree. I agree.
We don't know. Nobody knows.
You got to just do some cross-platforming, you know, with Rumble, BitChute, MeWe, Gab, you know, just put it all out there, hit everything, and then back up all your videos. Back them all up.
Well, I'm trying to get into, like,
you
you
guys hear
know,
me?
yeah, we can hear you.
Marie.
I'm trying to get into, you know,
Okay.
gardening and growing food. So.
I'm sorry, Grounded Earth.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. I understand.
I'm sorry. I've been drinking a lot of wine.
It's all right.
You drinking
wine,
tonight?
so I'm like very annoying.
I'm drinking water, so.
I'm like so annoying tonight. I snorted. Didn't I snort?
You snorted.
Oh,
Marie, you should make your own YouTube channel. You should.
I enjoy you guys so much, though. You're so fun.
I would watch it.
I'd watch it.
You got to come up with a catchy name like the Potty Mouth Prepper or something.
Right?
Lorraine, what about you?
I was in the military, and I was like, okay,
She's just been so patient
they don't
sitting
want us
over
to
there.
swear. That's what they'll tell you. And then they're swearing in your face, and they're jumping in your face, and they're telling you to fucking fix your bed. And I'm like, oh, really? But
Well, we've drove Grounded Earth to smoke now.
Marie, you have some really interesting experiences.
I'm sorry. I think I got
I see you,
cut off
Gray Man.
again because I was bad. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to be bad. I'm trying to be a good girl. Seriously, I am. But I just think you guys need to know that some of this crap they throw out, some of this military bull crap, like somebody threw out a thing about the commandant of the Marine Corps that he told Nancy Pelosi, I'm not going to send soldiers your way. You can't make me. And it's like, The Commandant of the Marine Corps is not ever going to say the word soldiers. Okay? That is the Army. The Marine Corps is never going to say that. The Marine Corps is going to say, I will never send any Marines your way. So that's how you know they're full of bullshit.
Yeah.
He will
Good
never
to know.
say soldiers, ever.
I'm just reading some of the live chat here. It's somewhat entertaining. So cheers, guys. Cheers. Yeah.
Chat is live tonight.
Yeah. Definitely an interesting conversation going on over there.
Yes, I see everybody's enjoying themselves up there.
Yeah. So
we have somebody in the green room. Good for bed.
Well, I'd say we give it another
hi,
10
everybody.
minutes
I'm
and we hit the 3-hour mark at least.
Might as well, man.
Yeah, might as well. 10 more minutes and then let's call it here.
Is this the longest live you've done, John?
I think it is, man. I'm glad that I stuck it out now. This last 15 or 20 minutes has been fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
I'm
definitely
sorry,
been
I'm so
a
nuts.
live show.
I've been drinking sangria mixed with Pinot Grigio.
Liz, I tried, Liz.
Probably bad.
Did anybody
Liz,
ever
I'm
answer
sorry.
Liz's question
She
earlier
want
about
help from
fuel?
me. She wants me to go away.
And you might want some Depends for that.
Oh, shit.
Marie, you just made somebody pee their pants.
I'm so sorry. Didn't mean to do that. That's not why I
That's
came on
okay.
here.
I'm sure they were prepped for it.
Let's hope so.
So Lorraine, Grounded Earth, anything to add here?
I do want to say, like, I think since we're all,
I know you've asked,
preppers.
other people how they got into prepping. Well, I've been,
Oh, sorry.
Watching a lot of YouTube channels, homesteading, and that sort of overlap with the prepper community. And I found your channel, and then Grimm's channel, and a whole bunch, and Alaska Prepper, of course, the granddaddy. And
The granddaddy.
started back in New Jersey during Hurricane Sandy. When Hurricane Sandy hit, I was without power for almost 10 days.
That
So
had
as
to
a
suck
result of
really
that,
bad.
I started to purchase oil lamps. And after the hurricane hit, we had a blizzard. So it was really a difficult time. And I felt like I did that. I also had a fireplace, and because they already had some food in the house. But after that, I swore that I would not be unprepared in the future. And moving from New Jersey, where I lived for 30 years, to rural Kentucky, I make sure that I've got enough so that I don't have to go into town, go shopping. And I order a lot online also. I mean, not just Amazon, but on eBay. And somebody earlier in the chat mentioned about the Asian eateries, and they have some really good food. So there are a lot of little stores that shop in rather than like Walmart and Amazon that are filled with food. So they'll deliver to your door. So I also have a cat rescue, cat nonprofit. I mean, you probably saw my kitty who's on my lap now, trying to kiss me. Photo bomb, but thank you all for everything that you do. I mean, you provide such excellent content. I watch Prepper Nation, Grim Survival, The Angry Prepper, Alaska Prepper, Being Prepper,
And the pinball preparedness. I don't know. I've got about 20 of you guys that I watch every day.
Me
Yeah,
too.
Lorraine.
So
Thank you very much
Watch
for that.
everything I can.
Is she still there? Okay, she's froze up for a second.
Yeah, get in a little
I
leg
watch
over there.
everything
I'm
you
here,
guys
not for-
put up as much as I can, and chase my husband around the house and nag him about it.
All right, we've got to get DB Cooper on here before we close it up. This poor guy been waiting forever.
But I can. Yeah, you can bump me off, and thank you again, everybody. And
Thank you very much, Lorraine, for being here. Welcome to the madness, DB Cooper. Sorry about the wait,
Where's
brother.
the money? Where's the money, DB?
He done fell asleep with his eyes open over here.
How long has he been waiting?
He's been since before we brought this last group, Marie and Grounded Earth and everybody on. He was probably here 15 minutes before that.
Okay, so about half hour to 45 minutes then.
Yeah.
I'll let him speak.
What a half
DB,
an
can you
hour
hear
it
us?
was.
DB, you have the floor.
Hey guys.
Hey DB, how are you?
Sorry if there's
Hey.
a bit of lag.
It's kind of hard to hear you. Can you talk a little closer to the mic?
Yeah, sorry if there's a bit of a lag.
It's not too bad, just a little.
Oh, that's okay, man.
So DB, how'd you get into prepping?
Yeah, honestly, I got into prepping because of John.
Prepper Nation.
John, you are converting the masses, man.
That's pretty awesome, man. DB, what do you think is going to happen between now and Inauguration Day?
Oh, I love that.
I honestly don't. At this point, I don't know.
Just trying to prep for everything, every scenario.
I've been pulled. Yeah, I've been pulled here and there and everywhere. And at this point, it's kind of, I don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
And
I'm
Brown-
worried about true Trump supporters showing up and screwing everything up because they follow idiots or something. That's kind of what I'm worried about.
What about you, Grounded Earth?
I think there's going to be a lot of misinformation just continually spread, and you know,
Exactly.
but it is kind of odd, even like if the numbers aren't
Yeah.
exactly accurate. 15,000 troops, 20,000, 25,000. I don't think that that they're there for no reason, but it's kind of weird that that's happening, and like how the whole swearing thing's going to be done. I'm kind of open-minded at this point, because it feels like we're in a movie, like
It does.
So I'm just observing. That's all I've been doing. Just watching people like you and everybody else, and you kind of connect the dots, yourself.
Having fun with the comments there, Joe?
On the same
Yeah.
page.
I'm not going anywhere near the Capitol. I don't think that's a good
No,
idea.
you're not going anywhere near the Capitol, man. It's either a setup. They're either trying to bait conservatives in, or there's something huge going on, and they're using that, I think, as an excuse to move assets and soldiers around. They move this many soldiers around any other time, it's going to raise eyebrows. But if they claim, we've got word that there are going to be tons of protests, nobody will think anything about it.
Well, I am proud of the community. It seems like everyone's been just continually pushing that don't go out. And, that's awesome to see that there's so many people who are already aware and just continue to, spread that message. Because something's just not right. You don't, have to,
It's not right.
to understand that you don't have to be that smart. Like something's up. So I think
Something's
everyone should just
definitely up.
tend to their families and, just keep the preps, high and just don't emote, just use logic, because obviously it's an emotional time for a lot of people.
Yep.
Sound words, brother. Sound words.
All right, so we are just about out of time here. John, do you have any parting words for the group?
I'm probably going to take part of this because it's so late and run it as the premiere in the morning. I'm going to have a hard time picking which part. But some of the comments in here have been hilarious tonight. I appreciate everybody being here and being on. Thank you very much, guys.
So, John, are we going to have the coffee cup challenge soon?
We are going to have a coffee cup challenge, Grim, and I think what we're going to do is we're going to have it over on your channel.
Sounds good.
We need to get a few more preppers involved maybe, but maybe just the Dollar Tree, the white mugs, you know what I'm saying, and then design them however we want to. Like a beauty pageant for coffee mugs.
I'm not a good artist at all. I mean, the only thing I could really think to design is print something, which I don't even have a printer, and tape it to the side like a Spam can or something like that.
I'm just going to do hashtag Marie for president on mine.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you now.
There you go.
Oh no, I'd fuck everything up.
And then I'm going to, in the coffee mug, I'm going to pour whatever she's drinking.